Hello and welcome to Footy Judgment. Man United sensational comeback with the leader Bruno Fernandes. Of course, absolutely.
This guy.
Nothing to say to that.
This guy is such a troll, man. This guy from the opening line, trolling away.
Anyway, Man United scored 3 goals, guys, after being 2-0 down. Sensational comeback. Freaking Højlund scored. Garnacho scored 2 goals. Marcus Rashford played all right. Ten Hag got the second half right. I think this is the end of days or something. To be honest, like something else is happening there. I don't know about people. Thank you so much for being here. Hit that like button for us. We're here for a brilliant show with, of course, the man himself. Flawless is here with us. Mohamed Salah is here with us. Philip representing Newcastle, the crisis Newcastle, of course. And Fawzi is here for his debut representing Liverpool. Jerry James will be joining us later, a little bit later. He's late. That's why we're late. People blame Jerry. Blame me. It doesn't matter. It is what it is. But hit that like button. And I think there's only one place to start with Flawless. Is Ten Hag in now?
This guy's trolling.
Well, he did everything you want. He fixed the game in the second half. He played the right lineup. He benched McTominay. He played Bruno next to the forward line. Højlund scored. Rashford on the left. Garnacho on the right. Varane, your guy Varane played. Everything is going well. So what is wrong?
In this game, yes. Are you done trolling? Are we having a trolling conversation, or do you want a serious conversation? Like, we can wait up either or.
I think you should carry on personally.
Very serious.
This is very serious. On your face, this is very serious. But yes, in regards to the game, no complaints. Even though we were 2-0 down, the performance overall wasn't that bad. We just lapsed in concentration from 2 set pieces. But outside of Aston Villa scoring those 2 goals, they didn't really create too much. Surprisingly for us going forward, obviously we don't create a lot because our attackers are obviously minus Bruno are fairly limited, but we still got into good situations. We got into good positions. It's just some of the times the decision making let us down, like crossing when we should shoot, maybe shooting when we should cross, maybe when there's a pass on we're shooting, etc., etc. Sometimes that pass may have needed to be a touch earlier or slightly delayed, etc. But we've been drawing games previously, and I've been more disappointed and more annoyed by the performance. So even though we were 2-0 down, I was like, okay, fairs. But I thought we was going to lose because normally under adversity is very, very rare this season that we actually bounce back and play well. And props to the players and props to the managers, because they did that. We created more. We stepped it up in the second half. Even before we scored the first goal to make it 2-1, Garnacho had a goal rightfully chopped out, but it was still... we were still a threat going forward. Garnacho was bright the entire game. Rashford wasn't at his best, but the performance he put in, I've not seen from Rashford in regards to just making runs in behind. Like, he looked interested again. Yeah. He looked hungry again. And this is what I've spoken about on your show in terms of dropping players and what that can do. All of a sudden, man gets dropped for a few games and you look interested again because you now know your positions under threat. Højlund over the moon for him about his goal. Glad he finally got off the mark. Great finish as well. Bruno was good as well. He was like Mo tweeted me at halftime. You know what I'm saying? Or it was just before halftime. He was at the heartbeat and the center of everything. And I agree, he was. He played well. Mano and Eriksen.
Why is that? Why did he play well?
Why did he play well? Because everything pretty much positive went through him. That's why. Kept the ball taking.
Why do you think he played well then? Like, why is this game against a very tough opposite? To be honest, Aston Villa are very tough.
They are.
Why did he play well? Is it because of Eriksen, Kobe Mano?
No, again, yeah, he did have a platform to succeed.
Exactly. That's what I was going to go into. Yeah.
Because with Mano and Eriksen, because I was over the moon about Eriksen being back. I'm a big fan of Eriksen in general, even before he was at Manchester United. Even when he received criticism last season, I defended him a lot because I'm like, he's our best midfielder by far at progressing the ball. But because there's no stat for it, because it doesn't look great, and when I say progressing the ball, it's not necessarily through the lines into your number 10 or striker, score a goal. I'm talking about just chipping the ball down the line.
It keeps the game flowing, innit? Flawless. That's what it does.
Keeps the ball ticking. Yeah, exactly that. Keeps the ball ticking. And when you don't have that, you really miss it. And none of our other midfielders do it to it.
So what happened with I didn't see the second half. What happened to Villa? Because usually with Eriksen and if I'm thinking Eriksen and Bruno, and I'm Villa, I'm looking to overrun the midfield. I'm looking to make runners from in behind because these guys aren't the most athletic, especially Eriksen.
Yeah.
Did Villa just go back into a shell or something?
No,
it wasn't a question.
United kept the ball very, very well in it. I feel like Man United are doing a very, very good job controlling and taking their energy out of the game. They like the way Man United were playing with Mainu and Eriksen in the middle of the park. They were controlling the tempo and they nullified Aston Villa's.
I
think
it
was a game of two halves, isn't it, brother? It was a game of two halves. So like, if you look at the first half, Aston Villa was getting at them like constantly, and then you look at the second half, they caught at Aston Villa. Aston Villa like pushed up high, and then they used Garnacho, I think his name is, and Rashford's pace in behind, and then it kept on happening again and again. That's how they got the goals. And so there's just two halves, game of two halves.
Yeah. And on top of that, in regards to why we didn't get overrun, because the structure's there. You got Maino, who's athletic and helps out, and then from a defensive standpoint. When you put Evans, you got Varane, who's just of quality, as Mo called him, my guy Varane. Yeah, Varane's opposite. Johnny Evans is just Mr. Consistent. People just like to criticize Johnny Evans because of his age. But if our players performed to the level Johnny Evans performed, we'd be in a much. He's Mr. just 6, 7 out of 10.
So do you think? And this is not to get to kind of big up Ten Hag or anything that might be. Do you think all of this came together by coincidence?
Why is everybody scared to big up Ten Hag? No, it's like he's scared. He's scared to say it. Someone is gonna clip this. Clip this.
Look at this guy, man.
We cannot big up Ten Hag.
Such a troll, man.
So did it all come together? Like it sounds like it's all come together, at least for this game and this incident. Like the balance, everything that you're describing to me, how you controlled the game, Varane stepping up. You had a baseline. Like I said, I saw the first half. I was like, but you had two sitting midfielders, which made Man United so comfortable in what they were doing.
Yeah, facts.
And obviously the mentality was right. You went 2-0 down, but you still came back to it. So that shows you mentality. So Hag must be doing something right in terms of keeping them. Yeah.
In regards to that, okay, he finally picked the right lineup. I don't give credit for you putting out fires that you started. So playing Maino and Eriksen and Bruno.
That's my question. Did he always intend to pick this lineup? So people were saying, why doesn't he put this player there? Is it because he's always looked for this type of balance but couldn't get it?
Because he could have played this again. Because we had the crazy part is all of our better performances, all of our better defensive performances, whether we've won, lost, or drawn the game, have come when Manchester United have played two players of just who are competent in the pivot. Okay, away at Anfield, he played Maino and Amrabat. Were they exceptional that game? No, but they are both played a role and they're both combative enough and good enough. Even when we lost to Arsenal, it was two late goals, but he played Casemiro and Eriksen. The reason why I don't give him full credit for that is because straight after the Liverpool game, you switch it around and you put McTominay in there with Maino and drop Amrabat. And Amrabat did not deserve to be dropped. And all of a sudden, we look much worse defensively against worse opposition because no one's going to tell me that Liverpool.
I don't think I've seen a big team where one player is such a net negative like McTominay is for Manchester United.
He is.
Like, and when I say net negative, I mean for a mid-level team, McTominay would be exceptional because he arrives in the ball late, he strikes the ball well, he's good in the air, he can be effective. But for a team like Man United, who one of the main purposes is to keep the ball and to progress the ball, he takes away so much from that team. And another thing it does is it stops Bruno from performing the way he performed today, where he can pick up the ball between the lines and make those final passes, etc., etc. When McTominay's playing, it's Bruno that has to try and do what Eriksen's doing. And as much as I love Bruno, he doesn't do it as well as Eriksen does. Do you know what I'm trying to say? He doesn't do the progressive passes and getting it into the final third as well as or not even the final third, the middle third, like controlling the middle third. Eriksen does that exceptionally well. With McTominay's playing, you make Bruno do that. Bruno doesn't do it as well, but then you're also taking away what Bruno does in the final third. So I think the lineup was fantastic. And even though they were losing, 2-0, I think Mohammed, did you still have faith that they will still come back from that game? Like even the 2-0 down?
I thought, you know what it is? As soon as they went 2-0 up, Man United ended the first half very, very well. I thought, you know what, if they can get one of these and they can continue with the pressure, they can be very, very good. And another reason that Man United was successful last year is because Rashford looked interested, as Flawless pointed out. Man United are a much better team when Rashford's confident and Rashford looks interested and he cares. And we saw that today.
He was fantastic.
I think this is Ten Hag I think this is a good clue as to how Ten Hag wants to play, and that sometimes he resorted to being very practical and pragmatic, i.e., McTominay, because he just has to get a result. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes players are available, sometimes they're not available. I think it sounds to me like this is more closer. Yes. The
reason why I disagree with that is because he could have been playing this way from the start. These players have been here and been available. He's chosen not to. He's chosen to play McTominay. He's chosen to make him captain.
Right.
He's chosen to drop Bruno in. Like, that's why I don't give credit. Yeah, go on.
The way you're talking about it, brother, it's like there's no consistency in your team. You're
that's
looking
it.
for the consistent team.
Oh, by the way, bro, listen. Man United's biggest problem
that's all I've said all season long. That's why when people have made it, when people have made excuses, I'm like, I'm not with it. Go on.
So that means the only person that can mess up this great result is Ten Hag.
Yes, because I've watched him do it game in, game out. I watched us go away to Liverpool where everybody thought we were going to get battered. He put out a team. He had to because of injury suspensions. He had to play that midfield, and we looked like a solid defensive outfit. We go away to West Ham, and then he switches it up.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
It's clearly working, and that's a manager who's crumbling and clearly just panicking. Today he got it right in regards to this troll in the middle here who said, "Oh, Ten Hag in now." No, because it takes more than one game. It takes much more than one game to turn it around for me to go.
Of course,
all right, I'm going to back this.
And adding on to that and responding to what Fozy, I think that's your name is.
Fozy.
Yeah, to what you said. Man United's biggest problem this season, like we've seen some exceptional halves from Manchester United. We've seen some halves where they've looked like a very good team, but then in the second half or the next game they look atrocious. So consistency has been like and it's not even like consistency where they're dropping a 8 out of 10, then they drop to a 5. They'll drop 8 out of 10, then they'll drop to a 2 the next game. Like there'll be some games where they look very, very competent, and then some games you're like, yo, Ten Hag, really, what are you doing? And that's been their issue. So if they can perform like this on a 2, 3, 4 game run, then you can think, okay, maybe he's turned it around, etc., etc. But I understand where Flores is coming from. You can't give him credit for a 45-minute performance where he got everything right.
And we won't. And the thing is crazy is we won't turn it around because we've seen these type of not many of the performances, but we've seen results and better performances with certain systems and certain players. I point to the Liverpool game. Why switch that up away to West Ham when it
build
worked,
up on that result?
Keep the defense the same. If you change anything from the Liverpool game, you change the offensive players. Cool, I hear that. Because we didn't attack well. But from a defensive standpoint, you know what works with the back four with 2 in front. It worked all last season. It's worked when you've done it at times this season, but for whatever reason, you decide to revert away from it. And that's my biggest issue. I'm just asking for us to be competent. Today, we was that. Like I said, we was 2-0 down. And I wasn't mad. I wasn't annoyed. I was annoyed at the way we gave away the 2 goals. But outside of that, Aston Villa didn't create anything. Like, it's not like Onana was making save after save after save. And we actually looked decent going forward. That's the most threatening we've looked. Don't get mistaken, people. We are an extremely limited side going forward. We are not great, trust me. Calling us average is being kind, but at least we looked below average as before where we haven't looked like scoring at all.
Yeah. Andrew right here say, bigger what up, people, bigger panel. Thank you, Andrew, for supporting the channel. Absolute magnificent. Thank you so much, Andrew, always supporting the channel. Can we drop this Villa hype, Highline merchants? And I wanted to talk about it, to be honest. And people said we cannot credit Ten Hag, but we can. Over 250 people here. We're not even on 100 likes. So the like button is how this channel gets more viewers. We get more people. We build this community. The like button is underneath your live chat. So hit that like button, people.
Can I say one more thing about Ten Hag, by the way, just before we move on? Like,
it's my time to speak.
Hey, Judge Mo, it might be your channel, but they ain't here for you, man. Mo Salah, man. They ain't here for you. They don't want to hear for you. And you know what I'm saying? What are you doing?
People are not used to.
Oh, exactly. Damn.
Let's go. Watch the numbers go up now. The likes are about to go.
Just for the banter, everyone just like it. Just for the
everyone just hit the like button right now.
Do it.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah. I'm not usually here to criticize Ten Hag, but I feel like another thing that Ten Hag hasn't been doing well is when Man United concede a goal, they all of a sudden look terrible for about 10 minutes and usually concede straight after. Like they capitulate on a crazy, like it's unbelievable. They can't seem to maintain a lead, but if they can sort out 1 or 2 little aspects here and there, they could move in the right direction. But again, we're going to see the lineup that he chooses in the next game. We could very well see McTominay in the double 10 again. So.
Yeah, but Mohamed, the reason why I'm so critical of him as well is because there's no new issues this season. All of the problems Manchester United have this season, we had last season, and I watched Ten Hag deal with them all of the same issues. It's enough. If it was new stuff that came up, I'd hold my hands up and go, you know what? That's new problems. All of the issues we have. Like people say, oh, your attack's bad. I've said this before. Your attack's bad this year. Our attack was bad last year. Take Rashford out of it, as we've seen this season, there's very little else. So what's the new? What's the new problem? You know what I'm saying? Defensively, we're not the greatest when we play just 1-6. Okay, so do what you did last season and play 2 6s, and all of a sudden we look defensively better. Second best home record, reaching both domestic cup finals. Basics. This ain't Premier League or Champions League. I'm not
have a place to start from, in it, Flawless. Then you can move forward and you can progress afterwards. Yeah,
progress,
it's not even trying that.
It's not even. Give us 9 more points after some of the daft games we've dropped. We're in the top 4, and I'm like, all right, cool. We're probably round about.
That's why I hear most Man United's frustrations, Man United fans' frustrations, because last year you thought, you know what, we've got a platform to build on. Like if we fix these mistakes, and because of the way they did last year, you think, we expect Ten Hag to fix some of these things, and the fact that they've regressed somewhat. That's why a lot of Man United fans are frustrated, and I hear it.
That's the issue. Like it is all right. We haven't got it right, correct, like in the window like that. You're gonna have bad signings and make incorrect signings. Okay, but still rectify that and just get the best out of what you have. These players, as much as I don't rate them, are better than what they've shown. As is, we're better than 13 defeats before Christmas. We're better than going out of the group stages. I don't let one game like today and go, all right, well, Ten Hag has completely turned it. Like, no, back consistency. Go do this again against we play Forest. Then it's the FA Cup, get through the Wigan game, and then so forth, and then get to the end of January and then see where we're at. Hey, I'm not asking for the world, I'm asking for the basics. Hey, yo, just compete for top 4.
To be honest, like Man United today should have won 5.
Yes.
The reason why I'm saying that, because Emery played the same exact way he played against Liverpool at Anfield, the high line, and Man United beat that high line like 5-6 times when you had 2-on-2, 3-on-3, 1-on-1, and just because of the limitations of the abilities of someone like Rashford, Garnacho, which is exactly what you guys said, they are not confident enough to go 1-on-1 and actually hold the run and stuff like that. And I think Unai Emery was so naive today after going 2-0 up, still play that very, very high line. And that's why we saw Eriksen today play a couple of times the first time passes, and you beat the high line. Done. It's over. Yes. It's gone. And you put 1-on-1, Garnacho on anybody, like on a body, like he beat Moreno a couple of times. Marcus Rashford on the left on Konsa tried. You got a couple of free kicks. Højlund on Diego Carlos. But the other thing I noticed in that game is that in the second half, Kobe Mainoo won every single second ball. Every time Aston Villa tried to clear the ball or get out of the press, Kobe Mainoo won it. And I said Kobe Mainoo looked great in that role. Because Kobe Mainoo isn't great in the transition, recovering. He's not the quickest, but his positioning was elite, played like a very experienced player today. And that's what allowed Man United to have that much, because you had only about 25 minutes where Man United actually had more position than Villa in the game. The rest of the game, Villa had more position. But that's because of the press. And that's credit to Ten Hag. It's only Ten Hag, by the way. It's only Ten Hag.
Well, give him credit because
the players, of course, have to put the effort in and has to follow instructions, of course. But I believe that Ten Hag today got it right. Eriksen didn't try to go into... One of the things that Eriksen was criticizing in the beginning of the season this year is that he was trying to go into physical battles, and he was losing them because he isn't that guy.
He's not that type of player. Yeah.
So today he didn't. He was getting
because he has someone next to. Again, it comes back to balance. He has someone next to him who's good. Because I criticize that. One of my biggest criticisms of Manchester United is our lack of physicality, and people just think pace and power, and it's like, no, that's only a part of physicality. When I'm talking about being agile, I'm talking about balance. I'm talking about being mobile. We do not have that in our side. It's one of the most unathletic sides in the Premier League. And in 2023, where it's a system game and you have to have athletics, because people just, like I said, just if you're not 6 foot plus, you know what I'm saying, and built pre-pause big, people automatically assume you're not, you know what I'm saying, you're not physical. You don't have physical. I say, Bernardo Silva's a prime example of that.
Every top team flawless. Every top team.
Every top team.
Can Ten Hag? Okay, so here's the question: can Ten Hag keep this up?
No.
Exactly. No. So this is
that's you trolling again. No.
Well, I'm being serious. I'm asking a question because I've seen a lot of people.
All right. Do you believe? Let me ask you.
A lot of
do
people.
You believe it?
Me? I don't.
Do you believe it?
No, I don't.
Right.
You
I
got the
don't. The
you got
reason
the
why I don't. The reason why I don't because I still think he's winging it. This game, he went with what people said on Twitter: drop McTominay, try to play football on the ground. People said try Kobe Mainoo with Ericsson or try Kobe Mainoo with Amrabat, play Bruno next to the forwards, blah blah blah. Play Rashford the game, and then I think he was winging it, and it worked. Right? It worked.
Yeah.
Yes, but I think, as Mohamed Salah said, he might just go back. He might just say, he might go back, and because you played at home, Aston Villa went 2-0 up. And again, that's not great. And I saw there was one picture I took with my phone when Man United actually 2-0 down against Aston Villa at home, no matter where Aston Villa on the table, you cannot be Manchester United at Old Trafford, be 2-0 down and you're not pressing with all the players. That shouldn't be happening.
Yeah.
That should, yes, in the second half you did. And then there's a little bit of a spell in the first half where you did. But after the second goal, still you were impressing, as the instructions was for the players. You know what? Stay a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's a mix. I think sometimes we should press, sometimes we shouldn't press. I think it should be and where the game is, momentum wise, score line, time on the clock, etc. Because like I just spoke about our lack of athleticism, we are not built to press. We don't have the footballing IQ and we do not have the physicality. If you have one of those two things, you can get away with it. Yeah, the lack of athleticism is too many of our players are built like me. Like, that's the problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is. Like, I believe I'm more athletic, and I'm older than a lot of these men. And I'm like, I think I'm more athletic than you. Why have we got no athletes in 2023 going into 2024? This is my biggest issue with our team. Like, it's people don't like it, but it's super important now, especially in the system game. Of course,
the flawless. The issue I see in your team like at times is like how open you are. Like Old Trafford, you know what I mean? That's supposed to be, the home of Manchester United. Like you're not supposed to be as open as you are. They should not get in your box so quickly, like from A to B in 2 seconds. You know what I mean? And things like that. That's what I see. And your goalkeeper is not the best goalkeeper in the world as well. You're supposed to protect that goalkeeper at the same time as well. But they're not even doing that, bro. This is the problem you guys are facing. And like you said, I think it's better starting from 0 than going to 100 straight away. You know what I mean? Yeah. Start with double pivot, more defensive, more organized. Then you could build on that, and then you could attack better after that. You know what I mean? But I don't think this manager of yours does that. I don't think he's mentally
panicking.
Mentally there. He's always panicking. That's the problem.
He's panicking, and he's literally yes, he got it right today. But do I have faith going? I should be confident going into that Forest game. I'm not, because I've seen this before. Like when we beat Chelsea, if we turned the corner, people were trolling like Mo asked me that. You know what I'm saying? Ten Hag in, and then we went and got beat 3-0 by Bournemouth. Yeah. Like, so what are we talking about? Same with
Mohamed
the
Salah
game.
can tell us a little bit about Ten Hag. He followed Ten Hag since he was at Ajax. He knows a little bit about him.
I'm just a fan of Ten Hag. Do you know what it is? Do you know what's crazy? Do you know what people think I'm a United fan? It just so happens that so happens that bare people I like just happen to be at Manchester United right now. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. That makes sense.
I've always been a fan of Onana. Luke Shaw, even at Southampton, I've got tweets from 2014 saying, "Oh, this guy could be the next Ashley Cole," and it just so happened that all of these guys just ended up at Man United.
Now he's just flawless. When you said Luke Shaw.
No, it's calm. I think everyone's seen.
He hasn't reached those heights.
Well, flawless. He kept at it about Bruno and all the stuff, and he turned out right. So maybe he's right about.
Shaw been here 10 years. You know what I'm saying?
When Shaw was at Southampton at 17, 18, a starting Premier League left back playing that well, it's like, yo, the sky is the limit for this guy.
Yes,
obviously, he's reached nowhere near that level. But
don't forget he had a horrific injury at the same time as well.
It's the two injuries. Yeah, that's what it is. But Luke Shaw been here longer. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying?
It's just that he's another one that's just very, very inconsistent. Like, he'll have periods where, oh my God, you can do that. But then he'll have games where it's just like, bro, you're not even active. Like, you're not even there. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So, yeah.
Lack of athletic. He's the prime example of what I'm talking about. Lack of athleticism, especially as a fullback. How are you a fullback and you built like a centre back? That's the problem. He's built like a centre back.
No, I think he's not. He's a fullback.
Name another top fullback that's built like Luke Shaw.
Carlos.
Who?
Carlos
was muscular. He was muscular. Carlos was muscular, man.
Yeah, who Carlos?
He was the athlete.
Look at
Roberto.
Luca Dina is not built like Luke Shaw.
What? Luke Shaw is a little bit bigger than him, but it's the same. It's the stocky.
It's not the same.
Stocky, low center of gravity, dominant left.
Reece James is stocky.
And Reece James keeps, and ironically, Reece James keeps breaking down because he's built like a centre back too. They're built the same. Pause.
There's a lot of left backs.
That's the problem.
To be fair, Napoli's right back, Di Lorenzo.
By the way, he looks he's built like DeMarco from Inter as well. He's stocky, a little bit bigger on the side. No, there is not a lot. Like, what do you mean top left? I told you, Roberto Carlos, you didn't believe me. I said Roberto Carlos, you said no.
It's such a depleted position.
That is who. No, you said no. Carlos.
I gave him the biggest example, and he said
you said Carlos. You said Carlos. I said Carlos. Who? You ignored me. Who's Carlos?
Roberto Carlos.
He was muscular. He was muscular.
Roberto Carlos is
not
built like
Luke Shaw is muscular.
Luke Shaw.
No, come on.
No.
Roberto Carlos is not built like Luke Shaw.
I'm sorry, man. I watched Roberto Carlos. I know he's your player, but
does anybody watch the Brazil 1994? What's his name? Bruno, the left back.
I've watched. Who?
Branco.
Branco.
Of course, the left back.
Name the top
Stocky left foot. But Branco was
but he had the height, but he had the height. It was tall, wasn't he?
You over there, Dalsim reaching, man. You've been playing Street Fighter over Christmas.
But Branco wasn't like top quality. He was good at free kicks.
It was very good.
He was good at free kicks.
Anyway, long story short, you guys I don't think Luke Shaw has lived up to the hype. Like, I'm not here defending Luke Shaw. I think he's a good player. I think he has everything to be a very good player. I think just the environment destroyed him, and changing of coaching and all the stuff destroyed him. That's what I believe, because I believe he's a smart player. He has the technical ability to be a very, very good left back. That's what I believe, and you don't believe it. It is
10 years, isn't it? But everybody else's fault. I hear you first.
So who at Man United in the last 10 years lived up to the actual potential?
Bruno Fernandes.
Bruno Fernandes won.
Bruno Fernandes.
Bruno Fernandes. What now, Mo?
Flawless.
That's your guy. Flawless.
You can't just say Bruno Fernandes.
Of course I can. Why the hell not? Why the hell not?
You're not allowed.
5 years now.
What the actual?
You're not allowed.
I'm not allowed.
You aren't allowed to say Bruno Fernandes. You are the one who said Bruno Fernandes is not up to the level. How can you say he lived up to the level?
He's lived up to the hype. He has lived up to the hype. The numbers don't lie, man. Men lie, women lie. Numbers don't.
You didn't even rate him, the guy.
I do. In regards to his numbers, I do rate his numbers. I've seen the light,
bro.
I rate his. I can't change my mind with new information.
Most of today. We just did
no, it's not today. Week. This has been happening weeks. You've just been missing it. That's all. We haven't spoken in weeks. When's the last time we spoke, Mo?
Am I missing something here?
Yeah, you missing something. You know what I'm saying? When's the last time we spoke?
Last week, you just said
we didn't speak last week.
Good.
We didn't speak last week.
We speak the week before.
We didn't speak. It's been like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. And I never said. And the thing is, I praise him when he plays well. Just because here's the thing, you get mistaken. If he plays poorly, and I say he plays poorly, that doesn't mean I think he's an awful player.
Yes. But your opinion about Bruno Fernandes is he's not up to the level of Manchester.
No, he's not up to the level of Manchester United. But you can still
so we agree here. Okay, great.
But you can still hit your heights, but not be up to the level of Manchester United.
In this current.
Yes. I don't. But again, this is where you get mistaken. I don't think Bruno Fernandes can play any better than what he is. Because I don't think he's a world-class player.
This season?
Oh, you're wrong there. Because I've seen Bruno Fernandes with my own eyes.
Yeah, you think he's world-class? That's fair. No, that's fair.
No, but for Portugal, he does play better though.
That's Mohammed. That's better players around him, though, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
So that's my point, Fozi. That I said Man United. I don't remember a player that lived up to the level that he was supposed to be.
But Premier League football is better than international football.
No, I'm talking about the players. Personnel. I'm talking about personnel.
Yeah, I don't count Luxembourg. But here's the thing is, Mo, that you said there.
We've had this conversation. Just because we're see, the thing is, I feel like I am trying to be honest with you.
I am trying to remember.
I'm just clowning.
Since 2013-14, I'm trying to remember a player for Man United that lived up to the level. By the way, I don't remember every name. Maybe you can correct me.
I will respond to that in regards to, yes, players haven't lived up to the hype, but who've we signed who has been good enough at that point? Who's left Manchester United and delivered high? Apart from Pogba. Pogba's the only one.
I'm not. Okay, so we're not about to do who left Manchester United to do, because probably Man United destroyed people's careers.
No. So we destroy people's careers to the point where they can't play no more and perform.
Yeah, they can't live up to the hype. They're done.
So it's all our fault. They're done. I bet. It's all our fault.
Di Maria
is a good one.
Exactly. You know why? You know why Di Maria went and performed after he left Manchester United? Because Di Maria is of a certain quality. The problem is we've been buying average players. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? You know what? Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. You know what the problem is, Mo? You see, it's fans like you you overhype our players when they're here, and then when they don't reach
No.
Manchester
I
United destroy them.
overhype the players before they join you.
You overhype them still now. You still think Luke Shaw's a good player.
Yes. Okay.
Exactly.
Not
But he's been here
terrible,
10 years.
bro. Okay, flawless.
player.
You're doing
I
the
never
most.
said he's terrible.
What?
Never said he's terrible.
At no point
Never
did
said he's
Mo
terrible.
say. At no point did Mo say Luke Shaw's this incredible player. He just
No, he said he's good.
Has been a good player.
He's a
He's
good
a
player,
good
bro.
player.
He's a good player.
I think he's above average. That's it. I think he's a good centre back. Actually, I think he's a good centre back. I'll say that.
Okay,
I don't
okay,
think he's good left back. I think he's good
So
centre back.
in the chat, I want anybody to tell me, and don't tell me freaking Ronaldo and Michael Carrick. I need someone from 2013-14. People in the chat. We have 400 people here. I need someone to tell me a name since 2013-14. Someone at Man United that lived up and went to the level that we all thought they're gonna be. Just
Again,
one name.
that's
Maybe
on
I'm
us.
wrong.
That's on us overhyping them players. The players, the vast majority of the players we've signed have not been good enough. There's a reason for that.
You know what is Flores? You know what is, bro?
Ask the question.
Go on, man.
Why has Bruno Fernandes not lived up to a certain level of? I don't get it. What more do you want to see from Bruno Fernandes? I don't get it.
That's a good
Why
question.
is Bruno
Actually.
Fernandes
What
not
do you need more from Bruno, Mo? Because you're a fan of Bruno. I'm a new age Bruno fan. You are old school Bruno fan. So go on. This is a good question. Me in the hot seat now. We're looking at you, Mo. Look in the camera, fam.
I answered your question.
Me?
With Bruno
Yes,
Fernandes.
you.
Yes,
So what do you need? What do you need?
No. Your question is.
What's the question? What's the question? Go ahead. What's the question?
Let me put down.
He's gonna out
I
now.
thought you were talking to the other Mo. I was doing something
No,
on the side. I
he's
was
talking to you.
updating freaking.
Which other Mo is there? One Mo.
What
is
other
asking
Mo?
The other Mo a question. I
What
don't get
other
it.
Mo?
What other
Where's
Mo is
the other
there?
Mo?
Okay,
What other
call
Mo
him
is there?
Salad and call me Mo.
No. I didn't ask the question. Mo asked you the question. It wasn't me.
Shit, I thought Flawless asked the question.
See, you even paying
Nah.
attention. That
You
Bruno
said-
Fernandes awareness, man.
Your camera is saying you're lying, but go ahead.
Yo, your question is since 2014. If I'm wrong by at any point, let me know. Your question is from 13-14. What player have Man United signed that's lived up to or played at a high level for Manchester United?
Or a
My
youth
answer
academy
is
player.
Bruno-
Or a youth academy player.
Sorry.
Or a youth academy player.
Or a youth academy.
Just say any player, any player.
Any
Just
player.
say
Any
any
player.
Whatever.
Any
And-
player.
And that has lived up to or surpassed or played at a high
Yes,
level.
yes.
My answer is Bruno Fernandes. You don't agree. I'm asking you why.
Why don't you agree?
Me?
Yes, you.
Yes.
I actually said that Bruno. What is this? Why are you asking me? I am the one who said Bruno Fernandes last season created the most chances. I said that the season before Bruno Fernandes delivered. It's flawless.
He's
Why
not talking
is
to me. He's asking
Flawless?
you.
No.
Muhammad
Okay,
Salah,
no.
I am the one who said Bruno Fernandes play well. This season he has been bad. Last season he has been so, but still
fair enough.
delivering numbers. Hold on,
That's
let me
probably a
finish.
miscommunication because of flawless.
Flawless is the one.
Oh, you're blaming him now. Oh,
When I said Bruno
I'm
Fernandes,
like,
we didn't
this
agree
is
with
why.
you.
This is why.
Don't ask
people-
Flawless.
passing the buck,
Why I
man.
didn't answer the question.
Flawless
No,
is
no,
new age.
no,
You don't know.
Salah, this is why
They were teaming up for a minute. They're not teaming up anymore.
He's going through the stats again. He's like, oh yeah, he's all right.
Like,
He's all
this is why I didn't answer the question
I can't
because
argue
I
with it,
couldn't
man.
believe
Go on.
on my channel someone is asking me why Bruno hasn't lived up to the. I think Bruno has been playing all right for Man United.
So
All
that's
right.
so he's saying
All right,
he's saying
understatement,
better than
to be
all right.
fair.
He's saying you
Yes,
disrespecting
he
him by
has
saying
been
all right.
actually delivering. Bruno Fernandes. The problem is the players
But
around him and the.
You just said
system,
he's been all right though. So is he just been okay?
So the word is right. Maybe okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, he has been
Words
playing
matter.
very good. He has been
Mhm.
delivering for Man United. The problem is the
Okay.
system around him
When-
and
yeah.
the coaching changing and all the stuff around him.
All right,
Yeah.
But Bruno
Mo
Fernandes
S,
has delivered good chances for Man United, has delivered goals, has delivered
Facts.
assists, and has delivered that. What do you need from a number 10? This.
Yeah, he is an elite chance creator, and that's why I'm a new age fan. Because when Mo S sent me the numbers this season, that's when I was like, right, we've been that bad, and he's still putting up them numbers. Most expected assists.
Flawless. Did you have
I
your
booked
doubts
that for
against
two-
him or something before? Do you have
Yeah,
doubts against him?
Yeah, I had my doubts, 100%. Yeah. And then Mo West, you know what I'm saying, sent me the tweet, and I seen it, and I bookmarked it, and I was like, oh shit, he's still putting up these numbers, even as bad as we are now. All right, bet. You know what I'm saying? Like he still has his deficiencies, but in terms of chance create, I can't argue with the stats. But like Mo West said before the show, he don't like the way I'm agreeing with him. It's crazy.
No. I like it better now. Like this is more.
Okay.
Yeah, this is. I like this one.
This is what I said before the show, though.
No.
I said it privately. I said it publicly.
Do you know what it is?
I think Flawless is.
So I can never take what you're saying at face value. And then when I see a little smirk in the sentence, I'm like, yeah, he's taking a piss.
Bro, he's trolling us.
I don't know what it is.
It's understandable. It's understandable.
He is trolling us because he played well today.
Am I trolling now?
Fernandes.
Am I trolling now? Now
When
you can't
we
see my face.
told Flawless that Bruno
Flawless is-
Fernandes, when we told Flawless that Bruno Fernandes last season get the most, that he created the most chances, and people, Philip was here, Salah was here. He said, no, he's not playing up to the level of Man United. Flawless.
I still agree with. I still
We
say
caught
that.
you,
I still
and
say that.
you are guilty.
No. The thing is, I still stand by that in regards to him not being up to the standard, but you can still play well. Here's the two things you're getting misunderstood. You can be not up to the Manchester United level, but still play well.
So I think Flawless wants a particular profile. So say, for instance, if you put it to him, between Maddison and Fernandes, even though Fernandes got better numbers, who would you prefer?
Yeah, that definitely, because I think Maddison's a better foil for others. Like, I think if you put Maddison in this team where the attack is poor, he may not get the GNA. He may not get. So it is. Here's the tweet that Mo sent me: highest open play assists, expected assists, most chances created, most final third passes, most penalty area entries, most accurate passes into the area, and most final third ending sequences. I don't know what the last one is, but it sounds great. But the 5 in front of that, I genuinely don't know. Like, I'm not even bullshitting. In my life, I don't know what the last one means. So obviously it's like, all right. And he sent me this tweet, and this is with us playing poorly and the team he has around him. I was like, right, I can't argue with that. Beforehand, the reason why I had debates is because you got Casemiro there, you got Eriksen there, you got Rashford in the form of his life. That's the difference. But now you don't have those things. Casemiro's been injured, Eriksen's been injured, Rashford's been in poor form, yet he's still putting up numbers. So therefore, all I'm saying is, elite chance creator in terms of from a stat perspective. So why am I trolling when I say this?
Yeah.
So, but you still think he's not a good. So, okay, let me get that straight.
Yeah, go on. Now you want to get to it. Now you want to redo the verdict. Yeah, go on. Ask me the question.
De Gea is better than anyone. So Andrew here, this is the only name that lived up to the hype. By the way, David De Gea.
But yeah, go on.
But David De Gea was signed before.
By Ferguson, isn't it?
It's Ferguson. And people forget that he was dropped at one point and then
won the
actually went
league
back
as well,
into the team and all them type of things. But go on, Mo. What's your question?
The question is, so you still don't think that Bruno Fernandes is Manchester United level?
No, I still don't think he's Manchester United level. I still stand
and this
by
is
that.
when we disagree.
Oh, but that doesn't mean
explain.
but that doesn't mean I don't think he can't play well or he's not a good player. He's an elite chance creator. The numbers don't lie. Most expected play assists, most final third entries, most accurate passes into the final third.
I'm very confused. I'm very confused.
This is why I can't take him seriously.
Exactly. He's trolling, bro.
Wait.
Nah,
He's trolling, bro.
You can't take me seriously. Me repeating information that you gave to me. You gave me the info.
Okay, so do you think
you gave me the gun and
you like, right, okay, maybe I ask the question in another. Okay, see, I'm trying so hard to ask the right question.
Go on.
Do you think Bruno Fernandes do you think going forward, Bruno Fernandes has a place at Man United?
No, not if we want to be successful with him in the first team. So let me just clarify for people when I'm talking about Manchester United standards.
That's it.
To me, if we're talking Manchester, just to clarify, because everyone's standards is different. If we're talking what Manchester United standards is, we're talking competing and winning major trophies. They are the Premier League and Champions League. Now going forward, do I believe Bruno Fernandes is the guy for that? No. Could he be a squad player and a part of that? Yes. 110%.
So let me get this straight.
Yeah, go
the
on.
person or the player that creates the most chances in the entire of Europe should be a squad player in a successful team. Is that what you're trying? Is that what?
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
Okay, so
football's much more than that.
Okay, we got to the truth. Exactly what.
Mo,
So this is exactly what Flawless said.
Because on the stat team, because we like stats.
It's not even. He's also
no.
It's not even
because you said just stats. You just use stats.
Okay, even
you just use stats.
Even stats aside, bro.
You didn't say nothing. You didn't say no.
The numbers of chances created, even today, even the ones that weren't chances created, the one where he was the one that was the second or third pass before the chances created,
and I gave him credit for it. Go back and check my watch. Sarcasm City TV people. I gave him credit on the watch.
This is the case every single time.
Not every game. No, it's
not every game, but the majority of the time.
Not the majority even. Not this season. Not the majority. Bro, that's a lie.
That's what I'm trying to say. I feel like there's no winning, bro. There's no winning. You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
What do you mean?
Flawless. Let me ask you a question, brother. Like, what is Bruno Fernandes missing for him to be part of that team you're asking about? Sorry, Mohammed. Sorry.
No,
overall,
it's not just
my problem is because
the way he presses,
no, it is
the hard
just
work.
stats because you said because your question.
No,
you know how I know it's just stats.
No,
because Mo S, what you said to me was what you. Well, no, because the question you asked to me is so you're telling me the guy who creates the most chances because this is not eye test, that stat test cannot be a part of a team that does this, that, and the third. The reason why I say that because also let me respond because also with the stat test, do you know he's also in the top 5 for the most inaccurate passes? He's also in the top 5 for the most dispossessed midfielder as well. But people don't want to bring them together.
That would probably be the same for most number 10s. Most number 10s would be in that list because you are the one attempting the final pass.
And then that's where we have to.
If your final pass was accurate, you'd have an assist every single game. The number 10s are the ones that have the least pass accuracy or the ones that
then
lose
this where it ties in, and then what you're saying is right. But where my major issue with him is decision making. If you play in the pass and the pass is on and you don't make it,
he's significantly improved in that aspect. Though. He's significantly improved.
Significant's a big word.
The hero ball. But no, I'm saying the hero ball and.
Well, it's not a hero ball thing. It's not a hero ball thing. I'm just talking.
I'm saying is I would have agreed with you about 2 years ago, but last year and this year he's not forcing the ball and he's not forcing the long ball as much anymore. He's not forcing.
No, it's not. It varies, but the point I'm making is it's not even about the hero ball. I'm just talking overall decision making. I'm talking about if the pass is on and you don't make it, I hold my hands up. Now, if the pass is not on and you should cross it and you try and shoot, or you try and shoot when you should cross, that's my biggest issue with him. Is overall when he doesn't get goals and assists, which this season he hasn't. This is why we went 3 weeks without scoring. You see his deficiencies. Why is Judge Mo said that Bruno's not played well this season? I need a player who, if you don't give me goals and assists, what else are you giving me? Because there's going to be times, there's going to be times as an attacking player where you are not getting GNA. So when you are not bringing me GNA, what are you bringing me? And he does not bring enough. Let me land. He does not bring enough to the table without GNA for me to put you in a team that's going to compete and contend for Premier Leagues and Champions Leagues. What else does he do? Outside of GNA, what else is he elite at?
Can I let me just
see the silence.
No, I'm about to answer.
I said chance creation, just quietly. Chance creation isn't GNA.
Listen.
Chance creation
it's in the same thing.
No, but bro,
guys, give me a second.
If you're not getting the final stat of,
I need to say something. Over 400 people who need the likes to go up. People, or not even on 200 likes. Over 400 people here. Hit that like button, people. Hit that like button. It's very important for the channel. For you to like the video. It's free. It doesn't cost you a penny, right? But it helps the channel massively. So hit that like button, people.
And to Mo S, okay, I'll give you that. That's one. What else? We'll give you chance creation. What else?
Unbelievable hard work.
You feel for it. You feel for it.
Work rate. Is this what we're doing?
Yes,
absolutely. Work rate.
You literally feel for it.
That's what we're giving.
You literally feel for it. It's wrong. This is the wrong question. The coach is playing him in the wrong position the majority of the season, asking him to do stuff that he's not supposed to do. It's the same as asking a center back to go play a forward or asking a center back to play a six when he's not built to play a six. Let me land as we let you land. Let me land as we let you land. The question should be, why is Bruno Fernandes not delivering? The first answer is the coach isn't creating the system for the number 10 to deliver. The players around him aren't actually up to the level. Marcus Rashford up to the level.
That's why I don't agree with you. Even with all of these things against him, he's still creating chances. He's still creating.
I agree with that.
Mohammed, what they're trying to say to you, even creating chances sometimes is not the way, for the team.
But the thing is, I agreed with him.
Every single chance creating metric, Bruno Fernandes is up there with the best in the world.
I agree with you on that. But you
I agree with you. Flawless. Your point is in a team that wants to win things, Bruno Fernandes can't be in that team. Whereas if you build around Bruno Fernandes and allow him to play the way he played today, of course you can win things. Of course, if you've got a striker that's going to score and you've got wingers that are going to consistently make runs and you're going to have a platform of players behind him who are going to do the controlling of the possession and find him in between gaps, of course you can win. Because if you allow him to do just what his job is and what he is best at, of course you can, because he's the best in the world at what he does, which is chance creation. Right. No one's asking. I'll give you an example. In the 2014 World Cup, when they asked Kevin De Bruyne to play in the double pivot with Axel Witsel, he was absolutely atrocious.
Yeah, we
right?
watched him. He's limited. Yeah, absolutely.
So if you can make it so Bruno Fernandes doesn't need to do more than his actual job title or his job description, he is absolutely elite. So I don't understand how you can come to the conclusion that he's a good squad player when he is the best in the world at one of the most important aspects of football.
Because because like I said, outside of that, and this is why you had to go to work rate.
Why outside of the best thing he does?
No, again, let me land. I'll let you land.
One more thing. You know what? Using your logic, outside of goal scoring, what does Haaland bring to the table? He's just a good squad player. You can win without Haaland.
No, you can't. It's not the same
thing. Because
it's not the same thing.
Is a chance creator.
It's not the same. The reason why Haaland is, you think Haaland is not creating space just by being there out on the pitch. If you are the number, so if you are the number one, if you're the number one target and the number one main thing on the opposition board, guess what they're saying is, all right, how do we stop Haaland? Which then in itself, without Haaland even doing anything, him just being on the pitch creates so much space for others. And then on top of that, the rate that Haaland scores at, the rate that he scores at, Bruno don't score at that rate. You know what I'm saying? Bruno don't score at the rate of a Haaland.
But the rate at which Bruno Fernandes creates,
he don't create at the rate of Haaland.
He's top 3 in Europe.
Haaland broke records. If Haaland has broke records, Bruno has broke no records. Did he break the record for chance creation?
No, he didn't break the record.
Okay. So let me land there. No. So there we go. So that in there lies the difference. Then, if Bruno was breaking the record for chance creation, like
I'm pretty sure that if Bruno Fernandes was playing for a team like Manchester City, he probably would break chance creation.
Won't have him, but we moved. That's a whole different thing. But the point that I'm making is, you asked me what's the difference between the two. I've give you the example. If you're breaking records doing something, I'll hold my hands up and go, you know what? Fair enough. Bruno does not break the record for chance creation. Haaland breaks goal scoring.
I don't even actually find those stats, but either way, you're saying records. You don't break records. The world, what does he offer? Which is, I mean,
I said what? You broke up. Say that again. You broke up a little bit. Say that again.
No, I'm saying, you're saying take away the one thing he does better than everybody else. What more does he bring?
I didn't say take it away. I didn't. No. Don't put words in my mouth. I didn't take it away.
Okay. You didn't take it away. You said outside of. It's pretty much the same
because
thing.
the reason why I said outside of is because when it dries up, let's say he's in poor form, which can happen, which we've seen. Let's say you're in poor form for various reasons, whatever the reason may be. Okay, what else are you giving me outside of that? Because I need you to be contributing just more than one thing. I need more than just chance creating. I need more than this. I've watched all of the greatest Manchester United sides in the modern day area. I need more than chance creating. I need more than chance creating when it's not coming up.
I mean,
I don't believe Erling Haaland offers anything other than goal scoring.
Okay, but here's the difference is, Mo, here's the difference. Here's the thing. All right,
no, he takes the pressure off the team though, bro.
Okay, but here's the difference. Here's the exception to the rule. Here is the exception to the rule with Erling Haaland. He is breaking records. If you're breaking records,
bro, do you know the beautiful thing about sports? Do you know the beautiful thing about sports? The beautiful thing about sports is context and situations and scenarios. They affect so many things. Erling Haaland is breaking these stats because he's at Manchester City and because he has some of the best chance creators in the world.
And also his ability, because nobody else is doing that. Name another striker that's doing that. Exactly. So we give him credit. Harry Kane wouldn't do that because he'd be dropping off deep and stuff like that. Harry Kane wouldn't do that.
Oh no, Harry Kane's breaking records this year, bro.
With dropping deep.
What breaking what records? Being second behind Bayer Leverkusen. Yeah, bet. All right.
Yeah, we'll see by the end of the season. We know that winning that league. He's probably going to break the record for the most.
Bruno Fernandes has to be out. Everybody has to be out.
This style because
it's great. You know what?
The thing is,
out.
I agree with man. A man still want to complain just because I said, all right, he's not a part of a team that I think can win the league. Like that's all it is. I don't think he is genuinely. Why is that so crazy?
I know that reason why.
In all honesty, Man United are going nowhere near a league title anytime soon. I hope Bruno leaves in it. Because you're not touching a league title anytime soon.
Yeah. I don't want him to leave because where would we be without his transfer?
I don't think Bruno Fernandes is elite.
This is facts. Why am I laughing? I'm saying he's the elite.
I don't think Bruno Fernandes is a very good player.
Mo said it. He's the best chance creator in Europe.
Someone in the comments actually said, and I would appreciate if you brought this up. SC said Bruno Fernandes broke records in 2021, most GA for a midfielder ever in England in all competitions.
Okay, that's 2021. Cool. What are we doing in 2022, 2023,
You're trying to move the goalpost every single time.
I'm not moving the goalpost.
Someone told you the record that he broke.
Okay, 2-3 years ago. And what did we win that season?
I'm even going to find the most chances created in the Premier League season. And I guarantee you Bruno probably has the highest.
Do it consistently is the point I'm making. Because that's what wins you trophies.
You said what record is he breaking? You're not going to break records.
Consistently. Okay, you're a man of football. Consistently. Of course it matters. Well, all right, so he did it in 2021. Cool. He did it in 2020.
Okay. From the second that Bruno Fernandes came to the Premier League, he's been number 1, number 2, or number 3 in the most chances created in the Premier League.
Cool. That was the point. What's the original context of the argument of why we brought that up? Because we can go back to it if you really want to. What was it? Exactly. You don't even know what it was. So how do you even know what you're debating right now?
Because I feel like I'm arguing with you of something different every single time.
Yeah, because you don't even know what it was. No. It's because you no. It started with you trying to catch me out with the Haaland thing. That's where it stemmed from. And I said Haaland breaks records.
But I disagree with you that though. You said the breaking records thing, and then I told you context and situation.
Absolutely.
The reason that he's breaking those records is because at Man City, whereas
he also has the ability to
Manchester United, he wouldn't touch it.
He also has the ability to
goal scorer, but he wouldn't be touching those records.
But he also has the ability there at Manchester because you can't.
And Bruno Fernandes also has the ability.
Okay, that's where we disagree.
Seen when he plays for Portugal. And I don't want to hear Luxembourg because we've seen that at the World Cup.
That Luxembourg one touched you in it. That really burnt you.
No, because I know you're going to.
It burnt you in it.
It's the fourth time I've heard that one. It's the fourth.
It did, and it burnt you every time, man. I'm only joking. I don't watch it for Portugal. You know what I'm saying? Because all this individual stuff is all well and good. Football's a team game. What did the team win? That's what I'm fussed about.
Oh no, but it's impossible to win when you are head and shoulders above everyone else and no one is nowhere near your level. That's just.
So you think there's no one nowhere near his level in the Manchester United
apart from Lisandro Martinez and maybe Lisandro Martinez? I don't think there's anyone close to my.
So you think he's a better player than Casemiro? Yeah.
Sorry.
You think he's a better player than Casemiro?
Prime Casemiro, no, but Casemiro.
Forget now, prime Casemiro. You think he's a better player than Casemiro?
Currently, yeah.
Do you think he's a better player than him last year?
Well, he created the most chances in Europe, so yeah.
No. That's the question. So you think he's a better? So you think Bruno Fernandes is a better player than Casemiro
last year? Yeah, I do.
Okay. See, that's where you disagree. You think he's a better player than Varane?
Currently, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, you think he was better than Varane last year?
Absolutely, he was better than Varane.
That's where we disagree.
I think Lisandro Martinez was probably better than Bruno last year.
That's where we disagree. You know what I'm saying? I think that's crazy, but that's just me.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair. We just have to agree to disagree on that. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to hail him up regardless. So, you know, like I said, so it is what it is.
As he is saying, LFC Liverpool fan here, Bruno seems like a luxury, affordable. I don't think he's a luxury player, to be honest. But thank you, Ari. I don't think he's a luxury player. I think he's a good number 10. I think he's a good player, to be honest. I think Bruno, he said again, I think Bruno with 2 DMs behind him can still get trophies. Yeah. Maybe not the Prem, but
probably,
other cups.
Yeah, we've seen that because he's won one trophy,
before, didn't he?
Yeah, we watched that. But again, this all stemmed because I said I don't think he's Premier League or Champions League. No, I don't think he's of that level. That's all. That's where this stems from. I don't think he's of that level. I've watched him enough. Where I go, nah, you don't do enough. That's my biggest issue because he broke these records in 2021 with all these players who were bad. But then when we don't perform well, then it's not his fault. It's everybody else's fault. Which one is it? You have to pick one. You can't be breaking records and be.
He still delivers, but we just told you he still creates chances. So how
he still does what he's supposed to do, even in these bad teams. He might not be creating as many chances as he created last year, but he's still leading.
He still creates
again. But again, this creating chances thing is very much like I said. That's a very much an eye test because creating chances is if you pass the ball to someone and they shoot, that's classed as a chance created.
Mo, whatever you sent to him, it doesn't. He doesn't. That flawless. That means you've gone back to what you were saying. Then in terms of, I was agreeing with you right to that point.
Yeah, go on.
Listen, to be honest, I don't. Go ahead. Now, go ahead, Phil.
No, because Mo sent the tweet, and you said, "I agree with it." And now you've said, but what's created chances? So you've kind of gone.
No,
back.
Some of them, no, because some of them I don't get like the final third entries. I don't know what that means.
I have no idea what that means.
I don't know.
I don't know. Mo sent it.
I
So Mo,
tried
you know what
to
I
look.
mean?
I tried
So
to
Mo,
look
wait.
that
So
up,
you sending me tweets and you don't know all the stats.
No. Do you know what it is? The first couple made a lot of
I
sense.
don't
And
know
I was
what
like,
that
do you know what it is?
And then you got lost.
It sounded good.
Yeah,
It sounded
yeah,
good.
you're
It
right,
sounded
Don't get me
good.
wrong, tune. You're right to an extent, but like stuff like we haven't discussed stuff like most expected assists and stuff like that. I don't know how that.
You want the fact that you want Maddison
like
more than Bruno, even though Bruno's got more stats going forward. I think it kind of the argument's already finished. Like you want a more complete player. You're not necessarily looking for that's what you're looking for. That's all he wants. All he wants is a complete player.
I feel like for Flawless, it's an aesthetic thing. He wants a player that can drop deep, do the keeping the possession, and it's just the type of player that he wants.
It's a preference. I want a more complete player because a more complete player is probably better for the team
even more.
Yeah, exactly. And then
a question for you.
And then before you go, and then
players to ever watch play football, Flawless.
Ronaldinho.
Ronaldinho.
All right, I get that.
Why? Go on. What was you trying to catch me out?
No. It's like for me R9. So
of course R9.
He's second. So
for me R9, not Ronaldinho. But
the reason why Tune, you're right.
The reason why I'm saying that because a lot of people would tell you Messi. It's the best player. Some people tell you Zidane.
I hear that. Yeah. Zidane. That's you named my top 3 right there already. You know what I'm saying? That's 3 of them.
But Mo, if people
R9 and Ronaldinho always look for a player that look good, but also deliver.
Again, I don't
look at a player. I'm like that
because I don't care about aesthetics. Mbappe is my current favorite player. I'm not fussed about aesthetics. I'm about the team game. The reason why I want more complete players, because if you have more complete players, that then in turn gives you a better chance of having a better team. Exactly. And then if you have a better team, then you win more overall. Individual stats is all well and good. I watched Van Nistelrooy break records and do bits. What did we win under him? What did we win under him? A Premier, FA Cup, and the League Cup. He left, and we three-peated and won a Champions League.
It's like when you go on, bro.
Just to see if a player's complete.
That's because he left, and
you need to. It goes back to what
he left.
It goes back to what
he became the best striker in the world.
It goes back to what Mo was saying, that you need a complete structure around you. So Maddison played in a Leicester team that got relegated. He was still a complete player, but and he was still getting the stats, but they got relegated, and so he suffered. And so I think that's what goes back to what Mo was saying. If you get a better structured Man United overall team around him, then you get to see possibly see a more complete.
But I still the thing is, you mentioned it there with Maddison. The reason why I was such a big fan of Maddison, because even though he's in a worse team than what Bruno is now, I still seen his qualities in terms of not only stats.
Flawless. The difference with Maddison is like even when he's playing badly, he offers something after that, doesn't he?
That's it.
Creation or defensive or something else.
Is one of the best players in the league.
Because with Fernandes, when he plays bad, he doesn't offer anything else.
Even on the chance creating thing, you can create all the chances you want, but there's going to be games where your passes is off.
You're playing with 10 men.
What's offering is the point that I'm making.
I can't believe that it's 21 minutes and we're talking only about Bruno, by the way.
Because he deserves it, man. He's an elite chance creator. That's why. He's an elite chance creator.
21 minutes.
I understand where you're coming from.
Talking about Bruno Fernandes.
What's up, man? What is he not an elite?
But I understand where both of you guys are coming from.
Yes. So why when you say he's an elite chance creator, it's okay. But when I say it's a problem.
We still got Liverpool and Darwin Núñez.
Oh God.
And in regards to Mo West, in regards to the Van Nistelrooy point as well, I was just using that as an example.
Thanks.
Bad boy striker. One of probably the best finisher I've ever seen at Manchester United. But he was not better. He was not best for the team. He became a better team, even though he's a better individual. He was our best striker there. We became a better team when he left because of how the rest of the team plays. That's all it is with Bruno. Not doubting again, elite chance creator. Yes,
do you know what it is? I feel like for a worse team, you need more complete players to be better. But I feel like if you look at the elite teams, they have players that are elite, specialized in what they do. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
The reason why I don't say that is because they still offer much more. I can't remember elite teams. I can't remember players for Manchester United.
I feel like we just see it completely differently. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, we do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Unless I bet you have all of you are
not entertained people.
Probably you have all day. We are entertained. I'm entertained actually. I'm actually
it's good. I like it.
The reason why I'm enjoying this conversation is actually I feel we're getting somewhere. I'm understanding Flawless more now, and I'm understanding Mohammed S. And I'm understanding Fouzi more. Like I'm understanding what the
I'm
point.
over on your side more as well. Both Mo's. You know what I'm saying?
But
With Bruno.
I'm understand. Like I'm getting what flawless means. Actually, he's not just saying shit. He's
Yeah,
saying stuff that means things. You know
Until
what I mean?
today.
Some people
Until
go
today.
in finals
Until
and
today.
they- no, I mean
Until today
serious.
was-
Some people just spend 20 minutes and they're just doing this without getting
For no reason.
I
for
believe
no
that,
reason.
like, I
No.
believe-
Yeah.
I'm
Like,
actually enjoying the
that's all it
conversation.
is.
But
Like, because I've never said anything bad about in regards to his stats. Where I'm more on side now is his chance creating. Cool. But that still doesn't take away from my overall point that I make is about doing more for the team. Why can't you be elite at stuff and be a complete player? Why can't we do that? Yes, very happy with
about
Ericsson.
Man United. Last question about Man United before moving to top of the league, because actually I think they deserve more time. But yeah, go ahead. Top of the
course we
league.
do. Yeah, very happy with Ericsson. I said it right at the start of the show. Very happy with Ericsson.
He changes the team the way you play, bro. He changes.
Yeah, he's someone I'd like to see in the 10 because he's someone who I think would he put up as much numbers in GNA as Bruno? No. But if you play him in the 10, do I think he's a more complete player? Yes. Because like I said, there's going to be times and in games, even if you break records and you create a whole heap of chances where you're off that day. Bruno's passes are going to be off that day. Then what are you giving me? And I don't need your passes to be off in a must-win game for us to win the league or a Champions League semi-final second leg, just for example. That's my issue. I need as many tools in the chamber. You can't just have one weapon. I need more. I'm saying, man, just showing up with a shot. No. Just with a shotgun.
Just to create chances, you can't just have one weapon. To create chances, you need movement, you need intelligence, you need to
the
have
tools,
the right weight over the pass, stuff like
Okay,
that.
say that's all off then. That's my point that I'm making. Let's say
he has some other attribute. It's not like creating chances require you to be in the right place, to receive the ball well, to have the vision, to have the right weight of a pass. This is what you need.
Say that's all off. Let's say that's, even though I think you're over exaggerating it, let's not argue about that because we'll go for another 20 minutes arguing. Let's say all those things that you said are off. Let's say he can't see the passes that day, his movements off, his first touches off his passes. Then what?
Worst case scenario.
There's a lot of players, if they're, for example, there's a lot of players, if something is off, they are worth nothing.
100%. And this is why I'm so super critical of this team that you rate and these players you rate. Yes.
That's even in other teams as well.
We're not talking about other teams right now. We're talking about competing
for
we're talking about competing for the highest trophies. That's why I'm nitpicking. Because you have to be consistently good and at that level. And when you're not at your best, what else are you offering type of thing?
You can say
that's
what
I mean.
You can say that about any player. I mean, if Ericsson can't pass, he's not offering much. If Casemiro can't tackle, you take a big part of his game.
Dude, here's the crazy part about that and why I agree with you. Because if you ask me who I think is good enough to actually go and compete and contend for Premier League titles and Champions Leagues in this Manchester United side, is 2 or 3. I'd get rid of everybody.
But I'm saying that if logically that what you're saying isn't going to work for the majority of teams in the world. Like it's going to be for anybody.
Majority of football players in the world. Majority of football players in the world.
I am nitpicking. But the reason why I'm nitpicking is because when we're talking the elite of the elite, we're talking the top 1%. We're talking the top 1%. Yeah, like that's why. There's very few players I believe that are currently playing right now in the Premier League who are good enough to go and talk what we're talking about. How many play? 25 squads of 20. So there's over 100, 125, 150 players. How many of them players are good enough to go start week in, week out for teams to go and contend for Premier League and Champions League? Is there 20? Maybe. Out of 150, 125.
But who can do that? Who can do that in Man City? They're new World Club champions, obviously treble winners. But how many players in Man City can do what you're asking for? So if you remove, who can I think of? Obviously, we just put. I'm not going to go about Haaland.
Take away Bernardo Silva's chance creation. And like his passing and position,
he's a worker. He's a worker. He's a worker.
I'm not going to allow anyone to say work rate because when I said work rate earlier for Bruno Fernandes, when I said work rate, Flawless shook his head. So I'm not even going to say that.
I didn't say work rate
because I know for a fact Bruno Fernandes is always one of like covers the most ground. He's running.
I didn't say work rate.
So Flawless don't even want to accept that. Bruno Fernandes' work rate is unquestionable. But
didn't say his work rate.
Yeah, no,
I've never questioned his work rate. Number 1, 2. That's a given. I don't give credit for certain you should do.
The only
podcasting, content creators talking.
I have to move on from Man United. Okay. Last question, Philip. You wanted to ask a question?
No, I was just going to say the only player I think is Rodri. If you take away his passing, he's still got the rest of the work, the physicality. Take away the physicality, he's got the passing, the progression going forward. If you take that away, you can still go back.
See, you mentioned that there before. I think Bernardo Silva's the same because I mentioned this at the start. I mentioned this earlier on in the show. He has physicality. That's the one. Take away his passing and his technical ability. His physicality is immense. His balance.
He's an athlete.
Agility.
He's not terrible.
He's actually, even though we don't assault, it sounds stupid because he's like 5'6" and built like me, but he is an athlete.
No, you
covers
can't
the whole pitch.
Bernardo Silva then say Bruno Fernandes isn't athletic when he.
I don't think he is. I think I could beat him in a race. I don't think he is.
Andrew here is saying this era of football, there isn't complete players anymore, in my opinion. They are system players. Era of Xavi isn't a complete player. Iniesta, Gerrard, Paul Scholes era has gone. None of these guys are complete players, to be honest. But yeah, you haven't seen R9 if you say complete player.
No, for me, someone who's a complete player is Thierry Henry, for example.
Of course.
You can take away 90% of the attributes, but then the 10% is still better than what everyone else can do.
Yeah,
it's very few.
Maybe Gerrard was because Gerrard had a lot of abilities at his feet, in my opinion. Also,
I see Gerrard as a jack of all trades, to be fair.
Yeah, and in regards to that as well, don't get mistaken when I'm talking about complete players. I'm asking for more of. Like when we're talking about, man mentioned Maddison, it's more of. Get close to. Obviously, finding complete players is important. That only happens on FIFA. I'm saying get as close to it as possible. Do I believe Bruno Fernandes does enough? No, I don't. I think you man vastly overrate his other attributes. All the stuff that Mo mentioned in regards to vision, you with his physicality and stuff like that. No,
flawless. It's like, what you're talking about right now. Sorry, Mo. It's like what you're talking about right now. Like in regards to Bruno Fernandes, how many managers has he been through with the same thing? You're asking the same question, so you can't really blame the managers. It's the actual player you have to ask at the end of the day. That's how
it's everybody else. It's everybody else's fault according to some. So whole different conversation.
Crazy.
He's been through managers. He's been through managers.
I didn't say you.
For footy judgment's sake, we have to.
We'll move. Sorry, Mo. We'll move.
By the way, I have all night.
For the next 10 hours.
It's 6:20.
I didn't blame you.
Plans with my wife in an hour, so I'm fine.
Why are you mad? I didn't say you. I'm talking
By the way, happy anniversary, Mo. You're only about 10 days after me.
Oh, thank you.
Yo, and the craziest thing is, if you watch Portugal play, this is gonna be the last thing I say about this. This is gonna be the last thing I say about Bruno, and I'm not even gonna respond to what Flawless has to say. Like I'm gonna say what I want to say, and then that's it. Do you know what I mean? Bro, if you watch Portugal play, regardless, like they have all of these very, very good players: Bernardo Silva, Rafael Leao, Cristiano Ronaldo, Otavio, Ruben Neves. Just like Man United. Everything, all of these elite players, everything that they do, regardless of who's managing, because they're on their third manager now, second manager, everything they do goes through Bruno Fernandes. So it's not just that Man United, even when he's got these elite world-class level players that you lot all love, it still goes through Bruno Fernandes. At some point, we got to respect.
Yeah, and the thing is, I do. I'm saying I agreed with you before the stream. I have agreed with you in parts during the stream.
You got dumb people in the comments saying,
I'm gonna do what Flawless does next time.
Bro, no, I hate
someone I don't rate. Like this is what I'm doing with Darwin Nunes. I agree. Darwin Nunes is a great player.
Hey,
I'm doing.
Get out of
here. Now on, I'm doing what Flawless is doing, and I'm gonna get away with it.
Mo, don't blame me.
Was fantastic today. He's a great player. Yes, the numbers.
No, I didn't say all that. Like I said, the numbers is there. The chance creation is there. That's where me and Mo S agree with. It's everything else. That's okay. But I've seen the light. Like I said, man told before the stream, I don't like the way you agreed with me. I hope he likes the way I'm agreeing with him now on it.
I'm talking with Flawless off the screen. I have to learn this way.
Don't do that. Don't put that on me. I got just one more. Just couple more things. You watching the Euros, right? Stupid question. You gonna watch the Euros?
Absolutely.
Okay, yo, watch-alongs. Me, you, Portugal watch-alongs. What are you saying?
Oh, that would be incredible.
Oh, damn! I'll tune in.
Please.
I'll meet you in person to watch some of these games together.
We're gonna pattern it, man.
We'll watch it.
We're gonna pattern it. Yeah, for the channel. Yeah. We'll pattern it. Yeah. 100%.
We'll see that.
Yeah. I'll be fine.
Bro, I saw him win man of the match 4 games in a row for Portugal at the World Cup in a group of death. And you don't want to tell me he's a squad player, he's this, he's that. We'll see. Who
did they go out to? Again, who did they go out to in the World Cup?
They lost to Morocco. No, they lost to Morocco.
How did he play that game? I can't remember.
He didn't play that well. Everybody from Portugal, apart from the people that put the goal.
Okay, so he didn't play that well. Did he create a lot of chances in that game?
He did.
I don't think they created any chances in that game.
They created.
Okay.
A couple of chances, but yeah, fine. Listen.
So he didn't create no chances in a semi-final against Morocco.
I will freaking go and get the game.
Oh my God.
Fauzi, listen, people. Top of the league, Liverpool today. I
don't care about Liverpool.
Liverpool fans.
Move on, man. I'm trying to talk about
fans
Liverpool, bro. You're trying to talk about Liverpool. I'm joking. Sorry, Karen.
Liverpool
Leave our
fans
team alone. Go on, boss.
aren't gonna like this, but and that's my feeling. I'm not sure. Anybody else watch the game? Liverpool game, Burnley today?
No.
I saw your prediction though before the game though, Mo, and you did say Darwin Núñez is probably going to score. And if he, I can't remember.
Damn.
Yeah, he was saying that you made a very good point about why you think he's going to score. That there's going to be space and stuff. And I said, okay, let's see how this works out. And
It depends on the pitch, innit, Mo? It depends on the pitch, innit?
Vincent Kompany is still naive. My man went to Liverpool, compact line, left 40 yards behind the back line.
So what did you? So Mo, Judge Mo, I didn't watch the Liverpool game, but what you mentioned Núñez. What did you think of his performance today?
It was all right because he had space to play. He had a good touch. The finish was really good actually today. I still think that he had bozo moments as well when he's got
the ball in his feet. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So exactly this flawless. When he got the ball at his feet, he was a bozo. He doesn't know what to do. My problem with Darwin Núñez is that how can he be a professional football player? And most of the time, you put the wrong weight of the pass when the pass is right in front of you.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I just want to clarify what you mean. You're going to do Mead when you're talking about, like, you know what I'm saying, Darwin Núñez. Like, I just don't like that. Don't do that.
Give him props and stuff for today because I never give him props on this channel.
Hey, see, you be lying. I give props to players I don't rate. Don't do that.
One more thing I wanted to say about Liverpool. And I'm not sure if Fauzi agrees with me or not. And I'm going to let him now talk about Liverpool. I was going to actually write in the title, and people in the chat, they might not like that Liverpool scraped a win again. It's a 2-0 scrape and a win again.
Listen,
Burnley were 1-1. Many times. Burnley got 3-on-3, 4-on-4, 2-on-2. Right? They played, had a couple of corners. They were dangerous. And I thought that Liverpool, another one with a clean sheet. Like if someone doesn't watch the game, they think Liverpool cruising. They had 70% ball position. But I felt that. And I'm not sure if you felt the same, Fauzi.
You know what it is, guys? You know, with Liverpool at the moment, like we're not the finished article. We're not the most glamorous team to watch or anything like that. We're just scraping out results. That's what we're doing at the moment. Even in the beginning of the season, you could go back from the beginning of the season to now. We're still doing the same mistakes, same, misplaced passes. We don't build up play very good. The team is not balanced well at the moment, if you know what I mean. There's too many cooks on one side and there's not enough, good players on one side, if you get what I'm saying, guys. So you've got Szoboszlai, Trent and Salah on one side. You've got who else on the other side? They keep chopping and changing. So we need to balance the team in order for us, to attack well, to defend well together. Like, when we had Wijnaldum, Henderson and Fabinho, that's the balance, wasn't it? Now we're trying to find a balance in that way. So this is the problem we're facing when we're playing at the moment. Listen, you're right, Mo. We're not playing well. We're scraping out results. But the thing is, we've rebuilt the team. The team is not like, in sync yet. It's still taking time for us to understand each other. Injuries have hit us as well. So when people ask me who's the best player we signed this season, I said McAllister because he links up the play well from deep line defensive midfielder or, when he plays on the left. So that's what we're missing. Someone who's going to link the team well together. And this is why we're not performing into the highest level. But once the team clicks and, everybody's together, I think we're going to be a dangerous team. Darwin Núñez, he's got issues, but... It's up to the coaches. It's up to the coaches. You know what? When I saw Darwin Núñez last season, what I saw was a raw striker who can finish. Now, he's improved in certain aspects, but he's struggling to finish. But after today, hopefully he turned the corner because he's done a beautiful finish in the bottom corner. Yeah, so he's got a long way to go, but it depends on the manager. But like I said to you, Mo, in the beginning, when you spoke about Liverpool, it depends on the pitch with Darwin Núñez. If there's space in behind, he'll be fine. If there's no space in behind, he struggles. Yeah, that's why him and Gakpo should interchange. Like one plays, on the left sometimes, and and there's strikers sometimes. Like just interchange during games.
Watch this. Thank you. So, this is just I'm just showing a comment. Mo, stop lying.
Yeah, stop lying, man.
Mo hates Liverpool.
Facts.
You're lying, Mo. Okay, and go on.
No. Listen, we'll be like this all season.
Problem is, I just asked a question. I said that I had this feeling.
Look at the smile on his face, yo.
Fauzi agreed with me, right? Fauzi agreed with me. But I'm lying. Like, I felt that Liverpool were always about to lose the points.
But you know what?
I think most of the game.
Yeah, but that's
the one.
Yes, sir.
I need to talk about
Yes, sir.
MPC protocol saying more Liverpool can scrape a win like that for 38 games. They were never like this. The season before, they used to blow away teams, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They used to dominate games. They used to suffocate teams. Today, I felt like they had some wrong passes, and Burnley
and Mo, you're forgetting, brother. You're forgetting, Mo. Like we're changing players on a regular basis as well. Like it's not the same personnel. That season was the same personnel.
I'm saying what I said. Before you go on, Philip, because I need to respect Andrew here, is saying 2 goals robbed.
Yes, I agree.
100% wrong.
But I would say,
how is that even possible? Did you guys watch the 2 goals? Mohamed Salah was offside. By the letter
he got pushed. He got pushed offside.
It doesn't matter. See, it doesn't matter.
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
He goes more with his Liverpool agenda.
It's always the world against Liverpool.
That's the point of view he's looking from. That's the point of view he's looking from.
So much, man. And I know the comments are going to go, I hate Liverpool, man. It's always
Mohammed, come on. I'm here like in the middle, bro. Why are you hating my team for? What's my team?
I hate everything about your club, bro.
Why? Explain. Explain.
Before he gets into it.
I'm joking.
Terrible atmosphere, extended stand. I hate everything about the club, bro. Everything. The fact that I just hate everything about it, bro.
Yeah, but you don't support the club, so that's okay. It's okay. I'm not gonna cry about it. It's okay. It's okay.
In terms of scraping wins, though, I think I don't know. Some people will agree or disagree. The overall sound of the Premier League has improved. I'm not saying but the teams, you got at least 8 or 9 teams that are very, very competitive. What you say about Liverpool scraping wins, you can say that about Arsenal. You can say that about Man City. You can say that, you can see now Villa obviously dropping off, but they're not gonna, you can say that about I guess at least the top 3 teams that we think are going to compete for the Premier League have all been scraping wins. In the overall competition, even Burnley are almost like a Sterling or Atrabat. Very good going forward, could go past a couple man, but when it gets to making that final ball, getting the goal, it just doesn't happen. They can do that to any team. They did it to Chelsea. Even though beat them 4-1. They were there was moments that I can't remember what it was. It 4-1. They were lucky to get away with it. So I think all top 3 teams who are likely to be competing for number 1 have been scraping wins, and really it's a good sign. I think it's not everything's perfect. The midfield's great. I'm not saying that, but it's a decent sign that despite the Premier League getting more competitive, they're still winning.
Can you imagine when we click, bro? Can you imagine like when they start clicking and understand each other on the pitch?
I don't even think it's a. People keep on saying like this. Yes, there's a clicking, but I don't even think it's. When you click, you might improve by 5%. I don't think you're going to wipe away teams. I think the standard has.
That's what I'm saying. Like even 5% is good enough, isn't it?
It's good enough to get you. Yeah. But this whole thing, people are asking for almost perfection in terms of.
There's no such
we need this control. Arsenal fans got a few of the Arsenal fans that I've spoken to weren't happy about the result about Liverpool. That said, but it was fine margins. If you look at the stats, it goes up. We didn't control it. I'm like, come Anfield. Like, who's going to control anything? Barcelona. Prime Barcelona couldn't control things at Anfield. Who's going to do that? So I think people are asking for almost impossible standard for every game. You've won 2-0, but I didn't see the control. You've won 2-0. I think what they're trying to say is it sustainable? Liverpool's football is very, very sustainable.
So that's 19. That's 20 games. I think we've been unbeaten in 19. We lost to Tottenham. Obviously, it could have been 20 games straight. So that's not a good. It's not a bad record, is it? Like 19 games unbeaten.
That's a.
That's a good record.
Yeah, we only lost to Tottenham. That's it. But that game is, how it went.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad record. We ain't got a bad record. But it's just like, to me, the issues we're having is just the connection of the players, man. I just want them to pass the right passes, understand each other on the pitch, and then I think we'll be fine after that. Like you said, it's not always going to be perfect. You're 100% right. Man City is not a perfect team. You can see them. They still got the the nucleus of their players. They're not the most outstanding team when you're watching them. But I just want to see something different. Like we've changed players from hard-working players to players that's progressing the ball better, passing the ball better. That's what I want to see in the near future, and hopefully it will gel.
Hard work's key, though. Hard work is key.
Yeah, we need that. Listen, off the ball work is the most important for me. Work rate, off the ball work.
Why work?
Hey, Mo S, you're my guy, man. I love you to death. I swear, you know that. You're my don, man. You know that, right? You know what I'm saying? You're my guy. You're my guy, man. I love this shit all my life.
For the last time, I'm gonna go in the middle and explain for the last time for everybody that is trying to say why Mo said we scraped a win. The reason why I have to, listen, because it's unbelievable. I'm being mentioned in the chat many times. So I respect everybody that is commenting and I respect my viewers, but listen, people. Number one, we have over 400 people and we're not even on 300 likes. So at least I'm trying to explain things. So hit that like button. Why I felt like you scraped the win? Because at 1-0, yes, you scored 2 goals. Rightfully, they were taken away because I think the law actually.
The Darwin Nunes one I don't understand.
So hold on. The referee whistled before the ball went to the back of the net. So I mean, there was not enough evidence for them to overturn it. He saw a push, and yes, I can see if it wasn't given. I agree with you. I would not have thought that VAR would have overturned it. This is the only reason why I say that goal was rightfully taken, because it wasn't a goal. It wasn't given on the pitch as a goal. It was given on the pitch as a free kick, right? So that's the one. The second thing is that during all that time, still, yes, they didn't have a shot on target, but they had 4 corners, similar to Liverpool. They had 9 shots, 4 blocked, right? And I felt that all the time they went, like the guy that dribbled on the left side, that dribbled when he wasn't even there. He was amazing. This is why I'm saying scraping a win doesn't mean that you won at the end.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Like, to be honest, it's like I felt like Burnley were always in the game. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that makes sense. You're not trolling. That makes sense.
It's like when you scrape a win, that means that like you're away from home. You didn't kill off the game until Jota scored. I feel like Burnley could have had 1 shot and they could have equalized. Yeah. And a lot of Liverpool fans actually on Twitter, they were like nervous. People were nervous. Yeah. Watch alongs, people were nervous. Like, wow, this is why Liverpool fans weren't comfortable when the goals were chopped off, because they felt like Burnley, they had a leg in this game. They weren't outside of the door. You kept them inside of the game. To be honest, you kept them inside. That's the whole point.
It was always like either like an individual piece of brilliance, a referee a mistake from a Liverpool player,
a corner. You know what I mean?
A set piece, a level up. Nah, I get what you're saying.
That's what I mean. Like, Liverpool didn't play bad. Liverpool created about like 3.
We dominated the game. We dominated the game.
You dominated possession, 70% possession. You created 4 clear-cut chances, but you didn't. You finished 2. But apart from even the 2 that don't count, you created 4 clear-cut chances. I thought Mohamed Salah could have scored the one that was the guy cleared under the bar. That was a very good one.
After Christmas. he always has a terrible game after Christmas.
We're not going there, but fine.
I'm just saying. Someone posted it early. Goes, yo, make sure you don't captain Mo Salah today.
Andrew, thank you so much. Paul Turner is a cheat. Slap his bald head. I don't know why people are calling him a cheat. I just explained to you that looking from outside, I thought the 2 goals.
You know what it is, Mo.
Called out.
It's a previous. It's a history. It's a history.
You know what it is, Mo. You're the right. You're saying the right message. You're just the wrong messenger. That's what it is. People ain't trying to hear what you're saying because it's from you, even though what you're saying makes sense in regards.
He just said exactly the same. It's like he said, I felt like
because he's the right messenger. That's right. You're the wrong messenger. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? It's like me.
Fuck Mo. 400 people here. Fuck.
Listen, you know, with our club, we're overprotective, man. You know, I mean, we'll just protect our team.
I know, bro.
Hey, Mo, it's not nice. Hey, Mo, it's not nice when you have the right message, but people don't like you because it's you. It's not nice, is it? It's not really a thing, is it? I go through it every day. Every day. People like you encourage it. You pour fuel on the fire. Oh, Flawless is trolling, and all this. You always throw me under the bus. You tried it last time when I was on the show with the Arsenal team. Remember when you was crashing on Arsenal?
If there's any consolation, more, I think it's worse to be the right person with the wrong message. So
that's true. Because they trust you in it. Yeah, they trust you with it. Yeah, the trust goes after it. Yeah.
I will always send what I believe the right message to the wrong messenger. I would be better sending the right message than actually sending the wrong message and look better or say what the people like. I would never do that. I would never do that.
100%.
We fighting the same fight, Mo. You know what I'm saying? We fighting this. Why am I laughing, yo? Why is my laughing? Yo, I'm trying to be serious, too.
You know what?
Dude, I'm trying
Usually I can keep my composure, but this guy, he's something else, man.
I'm telling you, bro.
Yo, I'm trying to be serious. And you just laughing in my moment, you know. I'm trying to be serious.
The problem is Florence can be serious, but
I'm always serious. I'm always. What do you mean? Can be? You know what I'm saying? I'm laughing now, but yeah, I'm always serious. It's you with this bad message. You know what I'm saying? And that, like,
listen, people. There's 400 people here. I want a yes or no. Is Flawless a serious person?
The name of the channel is Sarcasm City. What serious is there?
But the thing is,
Like, bro, look at it, bro.
Let me ask you a question. 400 people here, guys. I want a yes or no in the chat. Is Flawless a serious person?
Again,
yes,
you know what it is? It's because people don't like because people don't like when I just be stating facts. I'll state something factual, and that's a problem. I won't give my opinion. If someone has a problem with my opinion and disagrees, fully 110% understand that. I'll state something that's facts, and people will still argue me that we heard it, Mo West. I don't like the way you're agreeing. Man told me I don't like the way you're agreeing with me. What kind of shit is that? I don't like the way you're agreeing with me. Nah, the way you said it is not right. Like, what do you mean? Nah, saying the same thing.
Nah, you know it goes back to what you said.
Go on.
Right message, wrong person. You know what I'm trying to say?
See, so that's not my fault. You know what I'm saying? That I
just be running next time. I just feel like you know the way it's something you do with your face and that's just the sarcasm, the way you come to the screen and your mouth goes. Yeah, man. I don't like
just my face, man. That's just how I look.
Not just disrespecting your face.
Next time you invite
right. Flawless. I wasn't looking at all of that, bro. I didn't read that deeply into it.
I've heard that people go, "Oh, it's your face." I'm like, this is just how I look. I wake up. You know what I'm saying? This is how I wake up. I don't paint the face on. You know what I'm saying? This is just how I look.
Hey, Mo, listen, just tell me next time when Flawless is coming, and I'll just give it a hard pass real quick. You know what I'm trying to say?
When you guys do that watch along, I will pay for it.
All Portugal games. We'll pattern it 100%.
I will pay for it. Put it on
100%, man. On the Euro, Sarcasm City TV, Twitch people. Make sure you're there. We'll be there.
Now you know what? It'll be even better if they have like a friendly in Wembley Stadium with England. We'll go vlog the thing. You know what I'm trying to say? We'll go
against James Maddison. Against James Maddison.
Bruno Fernandes versus James Maddison on the pitch.
I said friendly, you know what I'm saying?
Listen, couple of super chats here is saying, Mo, how did you get love child of Ryan Leslie and Spike Lee on the panel? Come on, you Gunners. I don't know what he's talking about. Can someone explain?
Yeah, I don't know. He's trying to say
someone what is this super chat is about.
I have no idea.
I have no idea what is this.
Ryan Leslie's an R&B singer.
Appreciate the support for the channel. I'm trying to say either way.
I need someone to explain it to me, but I don't know it, to be honest.
Yeah, just just be thankful for big up for the donation.
Thanks. Wrong messenger.
Andrew right. I don't like him. He's a man.
Yo. Yo, this is great, yo. I'm crying tears, yo. Oh my god. This is hilarious. Hey, chat, are you not entertained? That's all I'm saying, man. Are you not entertained? Oh, talk about creativity. Look at us five on here, man. He's out as well. This is the type of creativity that's
Philip got real tears in his eyes, bro. He's
crazy. It's been funny today, I'm telling you. Funny.
Mo, just read it. Just read the chat. Don't worry about me, man.
He's a Manchester.
I said, leave me, let me drown. Yo, tune is done, yo. Tune is finished, yo. All this stemmed from Mo when I said I stand with you with the fight, you know. I'm just started howling. Oh, I'm crying tears.
Mo, just read the chat.
Right. Are we getting this back on track or
Tune's
not?
not done, man.
Are we getting this back on track or not?
I'm here.
Okay, Foz. Where are you in the title contention thing, like Liverpool and title contention?
Yo, Mo, you do realize there's no coming back from all of this. You can't go back from all of that.
No.
You He came back and said, "So where are you in the title, bro?" No. Come back from that, bro.
Let me stand with you, Mo, man. That's good. That's good. That's finished. Your tune is finished.
Well done. All right. I don't know where to start.
What do you think of the title race so far? Like, who have you got? Has your mind changed? Who you got winning? Because you were City, then you was like Arsenal. One of the weakest seasons. But who do you? All right, let me ask you better. Who do you favor currently right now?
Man City still.
Man City still okay.
Yes.
What about second place, second and third? Who you got?
Arsenal and then Liverpool, based on the recent performances. But I still believe that it's. I believe that Liverpool are there and thereabout. I believe, like, because of Jurgen Klopp and stuff, I think I can actually sit here and say these Liverpool players can actually win the title because some Mohamed Salah, Virgil van Dijk, Alisson, of course. I think McAllister as well, when he comes back, I think he has a lot to offer.
Konate as well, Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Konate, one of the things I wanted to ask the people, why is Konate on the bench today for Konsa? Is he out of favor now?
No, it's not out of favor. Konate is that type of defender that will perform in big games, but he'll have that bozo moments in the smaller games. So this is the time to give Kwanzaa a chance to play.
If Klopp dropped him for
his injury record as well, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
yeah, he's injured a lot as well.
He picks up like playing 2 games in about 42 hours. It's like
he picks up injuries, doesn't he? Yeah.
He can pick up niggling injuries. He's quite injury prone. He needs to be. Someone said it. Yeah, needs to be managed. It's kind of like basketball. He needs like minute management.
Load management.
Management. That's the one. Yeah.
And Konza's not too much of a drop off. I mean, I saw him. I forgot what game it was. Very, very composed young man. Was he 20 years old? 19 years old?
24 now.
Konza 24.
Oh no, sorry, 20. You're talking about Konza, sorry. 20,
yeah. So it's not too much of a drop off.
Yeah, Kwanzaa is a better player on the ball. He's, like you said, he's more composed. He plays, well alongside Van Dijk. I've seen him 2 games now. He plays pretty well. But like I said, with Konate, the issue he has, he just like he gets injured a lot, and then he has those bozo moments. Lapse in concentration in the smaller games. That's the problem with Kwanzaa. Sorry, with Konate at times. But
he had a great game against Arsenal, though.
But that's what I'm saying. In the big games, I'll put Konate in. Finals, everything. Konate is the man. But smaller games, lack of concentration. That's what he has.
I can kind of understand that. Do you know when you're attacking 70% of the time,
more action.
So you can kind of fall asleep. I get that. I can hear where
concentration team.
It's coming. Yeah,
Ramsdale give an interview about that? Like he just locks off. He just locks off.
Why would you say that?
He's playing with the birds and that. It's so funny, fam. You seen that video? Where he's just looking at the birds and then they score a few minutes later. It's just hilarious.
It's crazy.
I actually think that about the Bozo moment. The problem is you cannot win a title with someone who has a mistake in him every 2-3 games. You can't just do that.
This is why Matip plays. This is why Matip plays all the time. When Matip was fit, that's why he was playing all the time. Because
as much as I rate his ability, his speed, his physicality. My problem with Konate, the reason why I believe Konate makes mistakes is that because he's a reactive defender. He's not a proactive defender.
That's it. Exactly.
He's someone who reacts to the play after it happens, and that makes you make mistakes more because if you're late in a step, you'll have to put in a tackle. But someone like Van Dijk, someone like Saliba, Diaz from Man City, they actually read the game before it happens.
Always.
And that's why you don't make a mistake.
Yeah.
I believe that's the problem with him. That's a big problem with him. He needs to, and he's old now. He's 24, 25, if I'm not mistaken, next year. You cannot be still called the young Konate when you're almost 25 years old.
Yeah.
You need to evolve. You know what I mean?
Because the likes of Van Dijk, they haven't got long left, have they, guys? They haven't got long left. So they've got a couple of years left in their legs.
Yeah, I'm just hearing race.
I'm worried.
I'm joking.
I rate Konate. That's the crazy part. But whether it's Liverpool fans or I hear others talk about him, they always mention like whether it's he's fall asleep. Like Mo mentioned in regards to he's not proactive, he's more reactive. So maybe I'm missing something. Because when I watch him,
I watch him all the time. I don't watch him.
I
watch him.
Yeah, I don't watch Liverpool at all.
Yeah, I'll watch him all the time.
Like,
So, listen, I've been watching Liverpool since '87, so I don't stop watching Liverpool. I'm just a Liverpool fanatic, you know what I mean? So I see, because there's a lot of people just telling me he's the replacement for Van Dijk, and I said no, he can't be the replacement for Van Dijk because he's not composed enough. He's not like you know, like Van Dijk. Every single game is like a final to him. If you watch Van Dijk, he's always thinking like you got to like be fully concentrated in the games, and Konate is not the same as that.
You know what?
This is why you need someone like that next to him all the time as well.
And sometimes maybe he's over reliant on Van Dijk concentrating.
That's the problem. That is the problem.
When Van Dijk does leave and he's like, it's him, it's you now, mate. You're gonna have to concentrate. Then yeah,
it could be. But we've seen this type of defenders in the past, brother. Like they just have that bozo moments. They're never gonna that's never gonna escape their their ability in football. That's how when I look at him, that's how I see it. And it's never going to change my mind. It just goes back to he's always going to need someone that's like Van Dijk.
And you see that a lot with like physical defenders who are so athletic, and most of the time they're stronger and they're faster and stronger than the attacker. So they believe in their source too much. So yeah. More it goes back to what Mo said. He said it perfectly. More reactive.
Whereas if you're a Johnny Evans, for instance, like less athletic, less fast,
exactly,
you have to think ahead. You have to be in position all the time.
And he's played very well. Like I said before,
that's why. I mean, that's why the greatest Premier League defender of all time is someone who's not the fastest and the strongest. It's someone who always used their.
Who do you think?
John Terry.
All right, first.
I mean, it's either John Terry or Rio Ferdinand. But
can I ask you something then? So apart from longevity and what happened to Van Dijk. Is Van Dijk the best dominant defender you've ever seen?
No, he's not even the best Dutch defender of all time in the Premier League. What are we doing?
Yeah, because that's
Who's the best, Flawless? Who's the best?
No.
You can't say that, mate. He hasn't been there long enough to be that. Flawless. He hasn't been there long enough to be like that. Van Dijk has been long enough.
Liverpool fans.
I know, Smo.
Here's what I say to Liverpool fans that put their players.
Listen, Mohammed, calm down. I like Stamp. Don't get me wrong. I like Stamp. Don't get me wrong, but he hasn't been here long enough. That's what I'm trying to say. It's the longevity argument.
Van Dijk.
No, but if he was here, like how old was when he left for all this?
Yeah. I don't.
26, something like that, wasn't it?
Guys, Posey. I think Posey didn't hear the question. I actually removed longevity. I said even over a season, one season.
Yeah, I'm talking because I'm not talking like longevity. Because you're right, longevity. Because Stam moved on, but the reason why I go with the GOAT because it's different. There's variables in regards to when we talk greatest of all time. So that's why when I talk centre backs, I'm talking ability. He's a modern day centre back now. He can play as well on the ball as anybody else. He has the He has the physicality. He played in the era where it's one-on-one with your striker. And this ain't a shot at Van Dijk because that's just the era he's in. Because more often than not, I would have loved to have seen Van Dijk where teams play two strikers to see him in more one-on-one situations. Van Dijk a bad boy defender. Don't get me wrong, but I just think Stam's better. I think Stam's the best. He's the best I've ever seen.
It's your opinion, bro. It's your opinion.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I'm not here to argue with that.
Anyway, so my opinion is Van Dijk is the best defender I've seen in the Premier League in my life, taking longevity out. Nobody is as dominant as Van Dijk. Nobody, like he has everything.
We're still waiting like for people to get past him, you know what I mean? Things like that. That's what people talk about.
Nobody, Van Dijk had a season or a season and a half. Nobody can dribble.
Don't say that.
Dominant in the air. He reads the game very well and he reacts very well and he's a leader. And I have not seen someone like Van Dijk in the Premier League.
I know you're older than me. Have you seen Stam? That's the craziest part.
I saw
Stam was.
I don't understand how you can.
In my opinion, so I saw Stam in Italy, and I saw Stam. I saw Stam in Italy, and I saw Stam in Manchester United.
Me too.
I have not seen a defender where absolutely forwards are scared to go one-on-one against them.
Yes, sir.
And I have not seen a forward that reads the game that well, along with the physicality and actually the passing as well. Because Van Dijk has something else. Is the passing, the long range passing. The aura is real.
You see when
the aura is not only people call it an aura. It's not an aura.
Out of here, man.
It's actually it's reading. It's positioning of your body. It's actually how you position your body.
100%. Man, you hella disrespectful, man.
I'm talking about the Premier League people. I've never mentioned Maldini. I never mentioned Cannavaro, Franco Baresi. I never mentioned.
Because they all had. The thing is, they all had aura. That's not a shot. People
like Maldini. People used to scared of Maldini or Nesta. Like, that's real.
Bro, I don't understand how you can say all of these things, the positioning, all of that stuff, and say he was better than John Terry. Like, there's absolutely no way, or better than Rio Ferdinand. Like, you can't. You just
literally
can't.
just said it.
but you're wrong though, so it's okay. Like you say a lot of things on a podcast.
See, the difference between me and you is I said in my opinion, but you said you're wrong. So the
No.
You don't have
Muhammad, but it's coming from a guy who's watched them both. You know what I mean? From the
I've watched both as well. What do you mean?
From the beginning of the era?
Says
we old on this podcast.
I've watched.
You literally
People acting like John Terry.
Yeah, I'm old, man. I'm not young, man.
I understand that Liverpool was only winning things when black and white.
When you said 87, I was like, no way.
No, I'm 45 next month.
take it.
That's
I can
not
be
right,
wrong.
man.
It's by the way,
Congratulations, bro. Wallah, I would have
Salah,
never.
let me just Mohammed S. Let me tell you something. These are all opinions. There are no. It's
Exactly.
No. Okay,
based on how you like a defender and how you watch the defender and stuff like that. I'm not right.
His
You're
opinion,
not right.
his
I'm not
opinion.
wrong. You're not wrong.
Oh, 100%. He's not wrong. Yeah, nobody's wrong.
Like,
That's why I say I respect
there
Flores'
are
opinion.
there
Yeah,
are certain
I respect
opinions
that.
that-
I've not seen a dominant defender like that. I watched John Terry, and I think
But the thing,
dominant than John Terry. And
Because we're literally talking the elite of the elite. That's why there's no wrong answer.
And when-
You're saying
when
who's the best centre back?
Yeah, when you remove longevity, you're just looking at preference at this stage. You're just looking at
Yes.
preference.
And that's why I don't mind when people say Alisson's the best Premier League goalkeeper of all time, because like in his prime, I think Alisson is absolutely fantastic. But then I've seen elite defenders, and I don't think Virgil van Dijk is. I mean, he's in that category for sure, but I don't think he's better than some of these
Mohammed,
guys.
what's wrong with him? Like, what is wrong? What's the matter with Van Dijk? What hasn't he got that those defenders don't have?
He plays for Liverpool Football Club.
That's
That's
it.
it.
Yeah, that's it.
You know what? I respect
Literally
that.
what
I'm
is
the
wrong
same.
with
And
him.
this
He
is
plays
where-
for Liverpool
This
Football
is where you're
Club.
There you
waffling.
go.
Because literally less than 10 seconds ago, I said Alisson is the greatest of all time. Where does Alisson play? Does Alisson play
Because
for Man United? Or does Alisson
in
play for
other
Arsenal?
words, red. I think that's
Get out of
why.
here, man.
I
You can't say
Hey,
that
Mo,
when
Mo
I'm
West, let me ask you who, because you got Alisson, you said he's potentially best, just out of interest. Who do you have as second as goalkeeper?
Petr Cech.
You a real one? Yeah, first. I'm just asking, just to clarify.
In the
Yeah,
Premier
yeah.
League, Pierre Cech.
Yeah,
Because I think Czech, as much as it
Peter-
pains me to admit it,
Michael
Czech is probably he's probably my
No,
number
no,
one.
Underrated.
for me,
Michael was under because I watched Michael. He's so underrated. He was
Schmeichel was underrated. man.
Oh, very underrated, Mo. Very underrated.
Like, Schmeichel
I'm
was
saying it's
ridiculous.
interchangeable. Like for me, I think Petr Cech's
Yeah.
number one. Like, and it's
Yeah.
But I'm saying you can make an argument for Alisson being number one if
Definitely.
you're taking things like longevity and
Yeah,
how long we've
definitely.
been here out of the window. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But you can't when you're talking greatest of all time, you don't take longevity out. You can't pick a 1 or 2 season prime, and that's why, bro. John Terry was 37, leading Chelsea to a Premier League title.
That I will give you that 100%. I will give you that. If you're talking about the way John Terry led the team and how he had very long career at the same level, I'll give you that. That's why I took away longevity. And when I take away longevity, don't give me 1 or 2 games. Give me a season or a season and a half. Like for me, Ronaldinho provided the best season I've seen in my life from a football player, and it's not about numbers.
Is it entertainment purpose or like?
2005,
yeah.
like actually 2005.
Oh, I say this all the time.
2005
Ronaldinho.
06. This was one of the perfect season I've seen from a player.
Ronaldinho had
My
the
opinion.
most electric run we've ever seen, but people like to
Oh,
sleep
yeah.
on it. That
No.
period where he was the best player for that,
Mate,
even though it was
Real
only
Madrid
3-4
flawless.
players.
Real Madrid fans were clapping him on the pitch. mate.
clapped him
Real
at the
Madrid
Bernabeu.
fans. Come on.
I could be at Old Trafford and Mo Salah scores 10 goals against Manchester United and I'm not clapping him. How
There you
good
go.
was Ronaldinho to
There you
get
go.
clapped by the
Messi-
by
and-
rivals.
Messi
And on
had
top of
season
that-
when he scored 60 goals.
Yeah.
That as well.
And on top of that, though, in regards to the Real Madrid fans, they boo their own. They boo their own players. So they will
Exactly,
boo
bro.
their own. So imagine how good you have to be to get
Yeah.
clapped by them. That's the
Crazy.
levels we're talking.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Crazy.
listen, the last parts, because I have to speak about Newcastle, because I tweeted something and Mohammed S didn't like it. I said, why is
was
Eddie Howe
trolling.
not under pressure? And I'm genuinely asking the question.
because they're not.
Yeah.
consistent.
Why
Yeah,
is he
the-
not under pressure?
Because
They,
yeah,
they're not-
they
they're not-
paid money. They bought players. They literally have yes, they have a lot of injuries, but now it's to the point that you're losing a lot. You won 1 game in 7, and if you give yourself a big team, the manager has to be under. I'm not saying you sack him, but he has to be under pressure. I'm not seeing enough.
Mo, you know what it is, Mo? Yeah, let me just say one thing. Like, I think it's just too many games at the moment for Newcastle. I think they didn't prepare well for this season, in my opinion. I mean, like if you're like managing Premier League, Champions League, and all the cups, you need a squad there that's gonna cope with that. And I don't think Newcastle have the squad for that yet. I think they got to this place too early, in my opinion. They should take it step by step, and like blaming Eddie Howe for that. It was just one of those seasons. Sometimes you get lucky to get in the top 4. That's what it was for me.
That's a very, very good point, because I think Philip was there. It was the last time we actually spoke when Alex was there, and he made a fantastic point where he said Newcastle are in a higher place than what they thought they would be at this stage. Because just 18 months ago they were in the bottom 3 about 2 years ago they were bottom 3 in the Premier League before Eddie Howe took over. So they are them getting into the Champions League in everyone else's eyes accelerated their process. But really and truly, they're not there yet, and they're just trying to build on something, and that's why Eddie Howe shouldn't get sacked. There's no way he shouldn't get he should get sacked. The fixture list, the injuries, fair enough. They might not be playing that well. They might not play, but they're not where they like. So they're also stupid. They're not a stupidly run club where they're going to be like, sack the manager straight. Everyone knows Eddie Howe is a talented coach. He's a good coach, and he's earned the right to be able to turn this around.
100%.
When players come back healthy.
Philip, you haven't spoken yet.
Sorry.
Yes, yes, all right. So I'll answer Mo's question, but I do reject the idea that we were lucky to get 4th. You the table doesn't lie.
No. That was
it's not luck.
Let me just finish, gentlemen. Let me just finish. So we finished 4th. We deserve to finish 4th. We conceded one of the few least goals. We scored the most goals. We beat everybody that needed to get beat. Liverpool tried to catch up. They didn't catch up. We were the 4th best team in the country. End of. It wasn't that we excelled our process or anything else. We were just the best team, the 4th best team in the country. That's what it was. Next season is a new season. New players, different teams again. Like I said, there's 8 or 9 different teams now that can get into Europe. Champions League, Europa League, Conference League. There's at least 8 or 9 different teams that can get into it. In terms of pressure and what Mo is saying, I don't think I understand what Mo is saying, and he's not asking for Eddie Howe to get sacked. He's talking about, well, you've spent this money, this and that is going on. Why isn't there pressure? I think there is pressure. Obviously, I saw from I think there'll be pressure. We won't be able to see it, but from some level from the board, where at least there'll be a phone call to say, is everything all right? To that extent. But also in terms of what you can see from the fans themselves, he's got 4 or 5 games coming up, which are all going to be tough against Liverpool, against Villa. The key game is going to be Sunderland, the FA Cup game against Sunderland after Liverpool. God help him if he loses that game. And I think that would really ask the fans to turn in. At the same time, though, he does have a lot of credit in the bank. Again, I'm very, very biased towards Eddie Howe. I'll make that clear. I hope he's going to be our Ferguson. So I'll be very, very clear about that. However, there is reality in football, and results are what gets you there. They asked Guardiola one time, how is it that you've never been sacked? And he goes, that's easy, win. And that's what you have to do in these terrible times. He has to pull out wins. He has to at least show if we when we go against Liverpool, no matter what the result is, win, lose or draw, there has to be a performance. Against Sunderland, that's going to be different. He has to beat Sunderland. He has to go. That's good. There's
no choice for that one.
There's no choice for that one, because then you're going to have fans turning on you. Then Mo will be like, "Oh, there's the pressure." Okay, I see. Now I see the pressure.
Can I ask a question, brother?
Can I interject? Sorry. Can I interject?
Go on.
The fact that we're talking about Newcastle, there is a possibility for you losing against Sunderland. I know it's the derby, and that's with the pressure. I think that's mad. I think it's all about the next 3 games: Villa, City, Liverpool. If you lose these 3 games, you should get sacked.
Sunderland are after Liverpool.
Listen.
Sunderland.
Go on, you go 2 goals. Yeah, I'm not going to interrupt.
We're playing Liverpool, then we're playing Sunderland. So the pressure. So I think in the FA Cup. So literally, that's how I understand the fixture to be. So yeah, there is that pressure. I don't think there's pressure to get sacked. The problem is, I think today was the first game. What people said around injuries, we've had up to 14 injuries at one time. I think we only equal Man United and Chelsea in terms of injuries. He's rotated the squad. He's used up to 30 players this season. He's played 6 more games at this stage last year than he did last time. So there is consideration in terms of that. However, today was the first game where at home you're playing Nottingham Forest. You've got 3 or 4 first team players. Today was the first game where people are like, no, this is a terrible result. And so when you're talking about Sunderland, you're thinking, okay, are we wrong? Is it more than injuries? Is it more than all those kind of factors that we've given to you for the last 5 or 6 weeks of poor results? Is there a bigger problem? So what I'm saying is that Eddie Howe does have to prove that there isn't a problem. He has to give a performance against Liverpool. He has to make sure he destroys Sunderland, and he has to put and at least get some points in the next games going forward. Otherwise, those considerations begin to evaporate, and then people really do start putting pressure in terms on him. I'm obviously still backing him. Like I said, I'm hoping he'll be. I'm very biased towards him. I do hope he'll be our Ferguson, but I also understand the realities of football that he has to win, and as simple as that.
So, Mo, you're saying he should be sacked? I don't know. I missed some of the conversation.
Under pressure or something like that.
If he loses his next 3 games.
Yes. So the reason why I always say that, because I started treating Newcastle as a big team, as one of the.
Why the problem?
Unless you guys want to convince me that Newcastle aren't a big team and they are still in the level of
they're working their way up. They're
working their way. That's why I said it. They're working their way.
Mo, this is why right message, wrong messenger, and stuff like this.
Where do you think?
That's
where
why.
do you think Newcastle should be? Are they Spurs level?
So this stage,
Probably, yeah.
I would say we're probably about 3 or 4. So this time last season we are 6 to 7 points behind, but that's last season. That's a different season. For what I expected as Philip, I expected Newcastle to be at least between 32 to 35 points. So about 3, according to, for my estimation, we're about 3 to 5 points short.
Not my question. Do you think you are at the level of Spurs now?
No.
Less, lower.
Yes.
Below Spurs. Okay,
Yes.
so
It's like the Villas and the Brightons, like that's
okay. So we think that they are Villa and Brighton.
They're on the but currently, and they're trying to get.
That's exactly what
it is.
To the top 4.
They're on their way.
So for me, I actually think that they are at Spurs level at the current moment. The reason why I'm saying that, financially they are, the stadium is there, they reached the Champions League, and I think the players they have at their disposal, the likes of Isaac, Botman, Shaw, Trippier, Livramento, and I can name it, Guimaraes, even Joao Linton, Anthony Gordon. I think this is the level of Spurs.
But they're getting there, though. That's what it is.
Exactly. But in my opinion,
like this is
any coach in the top. Okay, this is my opinion. Any coach in the top half of the table, half of the table for a team that goes 9 or 10 games, winning only 1 game, I think they should be under the sacking.
Do you think De Zerbi should be? Yeah?
But De Zerbi hasn't lost.
But he went 2 months without a win.
Yes, I think that De Zerbi, if that's what you hold him, but the difference is, in my opinion, that De Zerbi wasn't losing the games, and he qualified in Europa in the Europa League. So hear me out. The difference is, if Newcastle lost all these games, but they qualified in the Champions League, yes, but at the end, for a reason or two, they finished bottom of the group after being in a good position. For a reason or two, they could have won against Milan and they could have qualified. They were 1-0 up. That's my point.
But it shouldn't be acceptable with the team that Brighton have to go 2 months without a win. What are we talking about?
That's actually another good point.
That's not. Why is he not under more? Why he's?
So,
but I wouldn't use.
I'm going to tell you why he's not under pressure. Do you want to?
Because
you're wrong.
Just before you answer that, I'll just say this.
But actually, Phyllis, you're wrong. In November he won against Forest. He won against Athena.
It was a period where they won. It was a period where they won 1 game in 2 months. I can't remember what period it was. Go back further.
After Brighton, from September 24th all the way up to October 21st, but they only played 4 games.
But we have
problem, and there was an international break.
At that time, there was an international break. They only played 4 games at that time.
In the league,
that's the month.
In the league,
they played Chelsea in the cup. Sorry. They played Aston Villa in the league, right? And they played Marseille away, and they drew 2-2.
I'm not talking about
Hold on. They played Liverpool and they drew 2-2, and then they lost to Man City, and then they won against Ajax. So that period wasn't that long as you think.
You have to remember, though, Mo, that we've beaten Man United, we've beaten Arsenal, and we've beaten Fulham after they beat 2 teams 5-0 in a row. So we've won 3 Premier League games out of 9, and been in Europe, and gone away to PSG, got 1-1, which should have been a 1-0. So on a squad that he's had to reuse, like I said, 30 players he's had to reuse, 14 injuries. I dare to tell me that Arsenal, Liverpool, Liverpool, Man United has had 13, 14 players out. They're going to be able to perform. Before actually this bad period came along, Newcastle were still in the top 3 in terms of form, going to Europe, coming back to the Premier League, going to Europe, going to Premier League. I can see that our away form is absolutely atrocious. And the last 3 or 4 games, the last 2 games especially, Luton and Nottingham Forest, are unacceptable. So he's definitely at the point where you're looking at his direction and you're saying, mate, where is this going? Because players are coming back. Like I said, we had 3 or 4 first teamers on our bench today. We've got players coming back from injury. The transfer windows coming into play as well. So you definitely are at the stage where you're looking at him and saying you need to come up with some wins for sure. And I think the fans are asking that. But in terms of whispers of sacking and stuff like that,
Do you? Let me ask a question, brother. Do you want it to be that type of club, like yo-yoing through managers, or do you want a longevity manager like Man United had? Teams
so like I said, I'm very biased towards Eddie Howe. I like his football. I like him. I like the way his stories come up. So the greatest manager I know is Alex Ferguson. I believe that Eddie Howe can be that. That's my hot take. That's my strong bias towards him. However, there is a reality of, to be that, you need results. Ferguson got results even in his darkest hours. So I don't want to go yo-yo club, but I understand the reality that he has to answer with wins. No matter what happens, he has to answer with wins.
That's why I started by saying the next 3 games if he loses. I didn't.
And I'm just looking here, Mo. This is why you a crook. I'm just looking at these Brighton forms, and even though it wasn't 1 win in 2 months, look at their results, man. What are we doing here? Sorry to go back to this. So after they beat 24th of September, they lost to Chelsea, got clapped by Aston Villa 6, drew at home to Liverpool, lost away at Manchester City, cool. Then they drew to Fulham, then they drew away at Everton, then drew at home to Sheffield United, then managed to beat Nottingham Forest away, lost to Chelsea, beat Brentford, then drew at home to Burnley.
You're missing a point. In the middle. That's why I mentioned in the middle, they qualified, I think, top of the group.
They finished
so
top of
the difference is they played Thursday away at Ajax. So here's the difference, Flores. I get what you're saying if you're looking only at the league for Brighton, but remember they played Thursday against Ajax and they won 2-0. Even though Ajax are terrible, they played home and away against Ajax and they won both games and they qualified top of the group. That's why he was forgiven, by the way. Because I think in Brighton, fans are starting to be restless. But then the answer was, okay, I qualified Europa League, top of the group. If I'm not mistaken, I can remember that.
I hear that. Yeah, they qualified.
This is what happened, Flawless. If Newcastle did all of this, and even if they lost the next 3 games, but they qualified to the round of 16 of the UEFA Champions League, nobody would have been sitting here and asking questions.
You said that, no, but again, I think you can, because it's not saying win all the games, but I'm not hearing that not beating Sheffield United at home because of the Europa League. That's a shocking excuse. I'm sorry.
It is.
That's a shocking excuse.
I'm giving you the reason why he wasn't under that.
They're saying with the pressure thing, I kind of get that. So then my rebuttal, and you're right, but my rebuttal to that is, fans should expect more. That's all.
From the Zerbi,
that's what I'm saying. To me, that's crazy.
You cannot have West Ham above Brighton.
You can't. I'm not hearing we didn't win. I'm just using this guy.
West Ham are a good team.
West Ham not a bad team.
West Ham a good team. Kudos, Paqueta.
Yeah. But hear me out. The way that Zerbi conducts himself and the way we talk about the Zerbi,
but we
should expect more.
That's more to you. That's more to do with you. That's more
to do with you. It's not only me. Mainstream media say the same. Did Zerbi?
But because it's Roberto De Zerbi, that's why.
I am one of people that sat here and said
it's only Eddie Howe. It's like,
Zerbi's doing that.
No, I feel like I don't agree with some of you guys when you talk about Brighton's squad. I feel like Brighton's squad is not as good as Villa's and Newcastle's and West Ham's. I feel like the reason they perform at that level is because of De Zerbi. I don't think Brighton are as good as their squad is as good as some of these guys.
I think progression-wise, Newcastle are, in terms of all those other teams, they're probably ahead of the queue in terms of trying to get into the top 6. Brighton's squad isn't as good. They've got a better system. You have to remember, Villa haven't had 14 injuries. They haven't had. I think they got the most limited. Someone can check it up. Limited injuries. And to be fair, we had that last season as well. We had the same 11 for a particular game as well.
So I'm just pointing out a comment. My bad too, but carry on.
No. So that's the main thing. But 100%, there is. I think everyone's got a different threshold for what they're asking for. You're talking about Ten Hag. You're talking about this. You're talking about that. At the end of the day, it's a dangerous time to be sacking anybody. You're going into the transfer window you know, there's enough credit in the bank for him to turn things around. The players are behind him. Majority of the fans are behind him. I think the only people, I think the main pressure I would guess would be from Piff, would be the guys that actually got 80%, who could have said to themselves, hold on, we could have got Unai Emery, we could have got so-and-so, we could have got this player.
If there's any Brighton executives, listen, please sack De Zerbi. He's horrible. Please sack him.
Why do you want to sack him? Nah, man, you should keep him.
So he goes to Napoli.
I want him. Bring De Zerbi home. Bring De Zerbi home.
I forgot that you're Napoli. I forgot, my bad.
Bring him home. Yeah, no, sack him. Please sack De Zerbi. He's not good enough. He's not going to do nothing for you. Please.
Hey, that's lies. You know what? I take back everything I said. Yo, Brighton, keep him 100%.
I don't want to go past 2 hours. Thank you, Flawless, Sarcasm City TV, of course.
You might as well wait 45 seconds. Might as well.
This is an elite show. Are you not entertained, Mo?
I am.
Yeah, Mo, you might as well just wait like a minute.
I need to go for dinner.
It's the messenger. It's the messenger. The messenger
had the best quarter ever. Hey, if Manchester United had this quality of a quarter, I'd be over the moon. We could put out a 4 in this lineup that this good. I'd be over the moon. You know what I'm saying? We'd win everything.
Listen.
He's finished, Joe. He's done, yo.
I can't do this anymore.
Here we go again.
I'm cool.
I said I can't do this anymore. Hey, blame Mo. It's his fault, man. It's your fault, man.
Tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon for you guys, 1:30 p.m. UK time, Sava and Kunle are going to be here. We're going to have a great show. And at night, in the evening at 11, we'll have an absolutely cracking show reacting to Liverpool. We'll have Hamza, Alex, and Nina from Chelsea Fan TV as well. And we'll have a great show. Vator as well from Vator Games is going to be here reacting to the games. And of course, all the guys are welcome here, guys. If you want to join and just have a laugh at Chelsea if they lose or something, it's up to you. Yes. Man City, a big way. But listen, people, follow all the guys. Fozzy's debut, great debut, Fozzy. Thank you so much for joining us.
No, anytime, brother.
Appreciate you guys. All the channels are in the description. Sarcasm City TV, of course, in the description. Of course, Toon Tactics, Philip, if you want to follow Newcastle, of course. And thank you, people, for being here. Appreciate all the panelists, of course, and all the guys here. We appreciate you guys. This is the wife calling. The wife is just calling. Actually, she's in the same house. She's actually calling me. But yeah, because I'm
you redirecting to Staffy. You redirecting?
I am not, but I can redirect to you. So guys, stay on the stream. But I can't find your stream.
1 second. It's a gaming channel, so I gotta go live first. I've literally just got live now, so it's live. Search for it now. Just refresh quick. It should pop up. Sarcasm City TV gaming. It is just gaming. Are you subscribed?
What games do you play? What games?
I am.
Currently, just EAFC.
Yeah,
just FIFA.
Not.
That's it. Currently, 24.
It's not.
I want to add more.
If you ever play Madden, shout me. I'm a Madden guy.
Got you. Now just refresh Mo, and then it should pop up. Now
can you send me the link? Can you send me the link in the private chat right away?
Yeah.
You guys should do a FIFA. You Portugal and get this started early.
EFC, you could do that. I'm not paying for. It seems like a horrible game. I played it yesterday for the first time.
I ain't gonna lie. I only run it for clubs. I just run it for clubs. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I played it for the first time yesterday.
Yeah.
And it's okay. It's all right. I mean, FIFA's FIFA, innit? It's the same thing every year.
It's in the private chat there. Like I said, I literally just run it for clubs. That's it.
Got it. Anyway, guys, stay on this stream. Don't go anywhere. Go to Flawless. At least the least thing you can do is like the video and just subscribe to the channel. At least get him like higher in subscription. You want to get him at least.
Yeah, we're trying to get 500. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers on the
guys,
channel.
It's not going to cost you a penny. Just hit the subscribe button for his channel. Like their video. Like the last 10 videos. It will help his channel. And we'll see you guys soon. Oh, Mo, are you based in Houston in the States, mate? Yes, I am.
Someone see you on road.
I actually got stopped here in Houston after playing football. Couple of guys.
Could you a star? That's fine, man. You a star.
Okay, Mo,
it's mad, bro. It's mad. Someone stopped me and said something about me not giving Chelsea props in the summer.
Because that's you. Like you're a troll. They know what you're like.
But anyway, yes, my friend. I am in Houston. Reach out on Twitter.
Some kids at the mosque are like, yo, your Footy Judge Mo's podcast. Yeah, you're there. I'm like, yeah, come on.
Let's go.
Let's go, people.
All right, take care.